Hello, and welcome along to the very first episode of Sogravia, the last Bastion. It's exciting to be back. This GIF is broken, and yeah, I mean it wouldn't be us if something didn't work. On this wonderful table, we have various people who hopefully should be known within the community, and we will start off with Michaela.
Hi, I'm Michaela. I am playing Callum, the Autognome.
I have Laura.
Hi, I'm Alora. I'm playing Astrin, the Astral Elf.
I have Matt.
I'm Matt. I am playing Obi, the Sorcerer Kobold.
I have Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay. I'm playing Fox. True.
Sorry, Jay, I've just turned you up. Can you repeat?
Once more.
With feeling.
Hi, I'm Jay. I'm playing Fox.
If you say so.
I have Darth.
Hi, I'm Darth. I'm playing Glacius, the white chromatic dragonborn.
I have Jamal.
Hey guys, Jamal here. I'll be playing Zavril, or Master Zavril, the Vulcan Wizard.
And I have Josh.
Hi, I'm Josh. I will be playing Elliot Sullivan, the human Oath of the Crown Paladin.
It's actually going to be a challenge for me each week, isn't it? To try and make sure I name everyone in our 7-person table.
Probably.
Nevertheless, we return to the world of Sogravia. The world has been torn by war for the last 150 years, specifically the continent of Listras, as the Shadowveil arrived on the east coast and began to infiltrate countries one by one. Their main way of doing this was to kill and replace with perfect copies. At first, the small folk, learning about the ways of the world, learning about the country without any suspicion being raised. After a while, they would infiltrate slightly more and more important people until eventually the very people in power, the people responsible for protecting the nations of Listras, were Shadowveil themselves. Because of this, when the countries started to fall from east to west, they fell fast. The majority of Listras was lost within 20 years. Many fled to the northwest, to Sogravia, the home of the Magus Arcane, and of King Naris, king of formidable paladin prowess, with a vast army at his call. And the rest of Listras united under the banner of Sogravia. The borders of Sogravia have been pushed back over the last 20 years. Sogravia gets smaller and smaller all the time. But since the cities of Vanhania and Kovac have been built with their vast walls, great gatehouses, and their large killing zones, and their strong magical wards, Sogravia has held strong for about 20 years. It is the last bastion of civilization, Mistress. And it is here that we begin our story. We each sent a letter and a small wooden token. Travelling from quite far away, the very northwest corner in the mountains, where you were working on a particularly complex mission. When you received your letter, you made your way across the country and got yourself to the last flagon, the tavern that you've been requested to be at, approximately 4 p.m. Josh, please describe your character.
Elliot is a human. He's around 6'2". He's got dirty blonde hair and he's wearing dark grey metal armor, and he has a longsword and shield on his back, and he has a small cut on his eyebrow that's never healed properly, so there's a bit of a gap in his eyebrow, and he's just marching on him.
Okay. As you walk into the tavern, you are greeted by a very, very large woman. She looks for the most part human, though her face is a little pudgy, I guess is the right way to put it. And you would assume that there is some sort of heritage of something else within her. And as she sees you, she looks up. And, oh, well, come in. Come in. What can I get for you?
A tankard of your finest ale, please.
Coming right up. You travelled far to be here?
No, I actually just live down the street.
As you say this, a gentleman who sat at the bar, wearing full plate mail armor, he has a huge sword on his back, and he's wearing very sort of fanciful clothing, sort of looks up at you and says, I don't believe I know you. You, however, know him. This is Anvar. He is the Defender General of the entire Dawn Guard. You will have known of him before. He is basically, for the most part, the commander in charge of the armies that are defending the country from Shadowveil.
I'll slightly bow my head. General Anvar, I don't believe we've ever met before. My name's Elliot Sullivan. I am a knight errant of the Dawn Guard. I've heard many tales of you.
A knight errant? You travel far then. That would be why I haven't seen you. I thought I would recognize most soldiers within my province. What brings you so far?
I've actually been invited here. Mysterious little letter, but I thought worth investigating.
Oh, and you tell him this? Interesting. He looks at you and a mysterious letter. Interesting. Of what sort? Who's invited you?
I wish I knew, but unfortunately it wasn't. It was signed a friend.
Yes. It was also. You were also told to give your wooden token to the bartender. Sorry, I probably should mention that.
I will slide that over. As she gives me the tankard, I'll slide it over.
She sort of notices it and table up at the end, and take yourself up there. I'm sure that all will be made sense in time.
Well, thank you very much. And I'll turn to Anvar. If you'll excuse me, General.
She doesn't charge you for the ale. Make of that what you will. As you walk along the room of the tavern... Oh, I just realised you are not on the tavern. Let's be at the tavern.
Indeed.
That's a much better idea. As you head on down...
I'd like to be that guy.
I can't see that guy right now. There's a lot going on my screen. But
Who's this?
oh, come on.
Oh yeah, who's that?
Laura, get out of the rafters. What are you doing?
Okay. As you head on down the tavern, there are a few people in here. It is about 4 o'clock, as I said, in the afternoon. Slumped on the end of the bar is a dwarf. He wears pretty sort of impressive armor, though it looks a little battered and scratched. And he has a huge battle axe at his back and a hand axe at either hip. You would make the assumption that he has or was a soldier of some sort. But he's completely slumped on the bar. He looks fairly unconscious, though his hand still grips a flagon. And to his right is a battered helm that lies upon the bar. As you continue onwards, there is a woman who is sat sort of laid back on a bench by a table, where she seems to be sharpening a dagger. A fairly untouched glass of wine is on the table in front of her. A little further down is a rather brash woman who is sort of being overly flirtatious with a large gentleman. Both of them look incredibly worse for wear. And then there is this large, long table at the end of the bar, at the end of the tavern, where you've been told to head up to.
So, I'll just very friendly smile to everyone I walk past. And I will very happily take a seat at the table and excitedly await whoever's to come.
Okay. also traveling from relatively far away, in the forests up to the northwest. But determined to arrive early and scout out what's going on. As you step into the tavern, Laura, please describe your character.
Alright, so Ashrin is an astral elf. She's got some pointed ears, but they're hidden under a cloak. But if you were to probably look really closely, you might see there's like sparkles of starlight across her skin. And as she just walks in carrying the letter and the coin, she just looks around for the bartender.
Okay. You're again greeted by the large bartender. Sort of, oh, come in from the cold, love. You're another one, are you? Can I get you a drink?
A glass of mead.
Glass of mead coming up. And Anvar sort of turns to you, the large, armoured gentleman. An influx of newcomers, it would seem. I don't think I recognise you.
Not a surprise.
As the tavern keeper hands you the mead, she sort of looks down at you and a silver piece, please.
I'll hand over the wooden coin.
Ah, all that works. Table up at the end. I believe one gentleman's already arrived.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
I'll give a nod to the general as I walk by.
As you walk down the length of the tavern, there is an elven lass who sits sort of laid back on the bench. She's sharpening her dagger, but she looks up quite sharply at you when you come past. As if she almost recognized you, and then sort of shakes her head to herself and looks back down at her dagger.
I'm gonna keep an eye on her
Mm.
as the night goes.
Cool. She will, I'm sure, keep an eye on you. As you travel all the way to the end of the tavern, you see sitting at the table a gentleman in armor. Two of you have a chance to meet.
Seeing her approach the table, I will immediately stand up. Are you here to... did you also get one of these mischievous letters?
It would seem so.
Well, my name's Elliot Sullivan, but you can call me Sullivan. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'll hand out my hand to shake.
Ashrin. I will shake his hand.
A pleasure. Where do you hail from?
The woods. I can't think of the name of the part. I don't have a name. Is there a name?
No, not really. It's just they're just the forests. There is only one big. It's like a big bit of forest. And it's the only forest in Sogravia. So they've just become known as the green forest, the forest, the old forest.
Sure, she just has the
And
forest.
I'll just say here and there.
Here and there. Sounds thrilling. And I'll take a seat and I'll gesture with my hand for her to take a seat opposite me. What do you suppose we've been called here for?
Unless your letter has more information than mine, I don't see any point in speculating.
I can see this is gonna be a fun one, and I'll give her a cheeky wink.
The brash lady who was flirting with the gentleman suddenly lets out quite a large guffaw of laughter. And you notice that actually slumbered down next to the gentleman was another woman. She sort of her head moves up. Another one! The brash lady looks over to the tavern keeper and says, another one for Answer here! I don't know if this... No, wrong person. That is Jay's character name. Sorry! Another one for Anya here! She's a little worse for wear. Sorry, I've got 55 character names on my right, and as I glanced, I got the wrong one.
Amazing.
So she calls for another one for Anya. And the tavern keeper sort of sighs and... If you're sure. She pours out another drink, and as she walks out from behind the tavern, the door slowly creaks open, as if being pushed by somebody who is struggling with its weight and strength.
Oh no.
At first, you look up to where you would expect there to be a person, and there is nothing. And no one, but as you look down, Matt, please describe your character.
All right. Obi is a draconic sorcerer, a draconic bloodline sorcerer. He is 2.5 feet tall, which is basically nothing. He wears a nice little blue hooded cape that has 2 holes in the hood for his horns to go through. He's got a giant pet mastiff by his side who's bigger than him, named Brutus.
Oh.
And Brutus is the most loyal and friendly guard dog there is, who does not leave Obi's side.
Oh.
That's adorable, but no pets allowed.
No dog allowed inside.
Yeah, as you sort of push your way in and the dog follows you in, the tavern keeper sort of whisks back to the bar as she's popped her drink down the table, and she looks down at you and, "How might I help you, little one?"
I was summoned here. I don't know where to go.
She puts out her hand for the token. And she leans down and, "Can I get you a drink?"
No, I'm okay. Thank you.
Table at the end. You might be waiting a while. I'll at least bring over some water and cups. And she gestures at the very end of the bar for you to head up to where there are 2 more people sat.
I will go join them.
Okay. So you head on over. Obviously, Sullivan and Ashrin, you see Obi come up towards you.
Hello.
Again, I will immediately stand up. And I'll walk around the table towards him. Hello, little one. And I'll crouch down and hold my hand out to shake his. What's your name?
Oh, there, small child.
Aww.
Yeah, I'll give out my little claw, or whatever kobolds have.
Yeah.
Say, hi, I'm Obi.
Hello, Obi. You can call me Sullivan. This is Ashrin. Did you have one of these letters too?
Yes, I did, and that is what I'm here for.
Ooh, how exciting. The plot thickens, eh, Ashrin?
Yeah. She's just kind of looking at Sullivan this guy's a lot.
Please come join us, and I'll gesture with my hand for him to sit down, and I'll resume back at my seat.
I will sit down. I'm going to assume my feet don't touch the floor.
Probably
No,
not.
most definitely not.
Oh, stop. How cute.
We'll get you a booster seat.
Yeah, as the 3 of you meet and take a seat, the door once again opens, and standing in the doorway is a relatively large dragonborn. Darth, please describe your character.
So I'm playing Glacius. He is a white chromatic dragonborn battlemaster fighter. He's wearing very standard issue sort of equipment. It looks like he just went through a line and was just handed this stuff. Coming in, he has a big scar across his left eye, and doesn't have is completely bald, no hair whatsoever. And yeah, as soon as he walks in, he sort of immediately tries to eye the barkeep so he can report for duty.
Okay. You are not, however, greeted by the barkeep. You are instead greeted by Anvar, who looks over to you and... "Oh, you're one of mine, aren't you?"
As soon as he sees Anvar, he
Glacius.
immediately stands at attention.
"Oh, at ease,
Yes,
soldier. There's no duty in the last flagon. Only ale. Whatever he's drinking is on me." Jessup.
Oh, wow.
And
Just
Jessup,
the-
the... oh, go on.
Water's fine. He sort of says, "Water's fine."
Anvar sort of
On the
lets out a
top.
loud laugh. A cheap date. And as the water is handed to you, I'm assuming you hand your token to the barkeep.
Indeed.
Anvar sort of looks over and...
I don't.
"You received a letter, soldier."
Indeed, sir.
Suspicious. Interesting. Well, go ahead. And Jessup, the bartender, will look to you and go on down to the table at the end. We'll find some others waiting for you.
Alright. He'll take his water and head down there, still sort of in his, like, very stereotypical, like, walking, like, he hasn't been in normal society in a while. Still very much like that soldier mindset.
Yep. However, this is the last flagon. It is the most common, frequent, common stop for soldiers at the front line who are taking a moment off. So you will know your way around pretty well. And as you head on down, you see Sullivan, Ashrin, and Obi sat at the table.
Hello there.
Hello. What are you doing here?
Ooh.
I'm assuming I have been called for the same purpose as you all. And he'll just grab like a chair on the side and just pull up and sort of sit down.
You also had one of these letters?
Indeed.
Interesting. Well, I'm Elliot Sullivan. You can call me Sullivan. This is Ashrin and Obi.
Pleasure.
Pleasure. Glacius.
Yes. That's an incredible scar you have. Are you well versed with combat?
Yes, I just came from the front lines.
I can see that you're gonna be the talker of the group.
As you guys are talking, the laughter and the chatter from the table behind you, the two women and the man, is getting louder and louder. As the woman sort of leans back, you see that she's somewhat elvish. She's got red hair, and she seems to sway as she stands up from the table. She sort of wanders towards the bar and staggers a little bit, grabbing the bar. Bear in mind, it's about 4:30 in the afternoon right now. She
It's
leans
5
over the
o'clock.
bar and... I think of water! And she necks the water as soon as it's given to her, and she sort of leans almost through the door, like falling out of it as she goes out to what you would assume is the outhouse. After about 10 minutes, she comes back in. She's looking a little refreshed. Her face is a little wet. Cold out there! Cold out there! I'll have a wine. Jessup, your best! And then she sort of grabs the glass as soon as it's put down in the bar, and she takes a swig and wanders back over to the table, where she places her hand sort of quite heavily on the man's shoulder and sort of lets out a loud laugh. It's almost rude how loud they're being at this table. Sitting opposite them, the elf with the dagger is still quietly she puts her dagger away at her hip and pulls another one out from sort of up by her shoulder, starts sharpening that one. The dwarf is still slumped at the bar, and the gentleman, Anvar, who was sat at the bar, is quietly drinking. He makes a little bit of chat with the bartender here and there, but otherwise says nothing. You guys are left awkwardly, just the four of you, for about an hour. You were early, after all.
That's true. So tell us, Obi, where are you from?
I'm from a small little village in Sogravia.
Does it have a name?
Um,
Sorry, that was probably really mean.
Probably not.
yeah,
Gotta
no,
cook your math eyes.
we're just a small group of kobolds. We live together.
It's worth mentioning, guys, that you would all know that villages aren't really little villages aren't very common. What he said is like it's unusual. You don't really get villages. You usually just have people in the cities. Also, I've really got to turn off the text chat noises, and I'm getting whoop whoop whooped as I'm going. Sorry, Max, carry on.
Was my dog allowed in, or was my dog?
Yeah, very much so. I assume it's
Thank God.
it's curled on the floor near you, and Jessup would have brought Brutus a bowl of water.
So Brutus is laying under the table, like right under my feet.
Yep. Looks.
And where are you from?
I'm from this great city, Justern. No, wait, that's
We
not
are
where
not
we
in
are.
Justern.
No, no.
You might be from Justern, but you're not from this one.
Where are we?
You're in Van Hania,
Right.
but you are from Justern, yes. Correct.
Oh,
Yeah,
no
that's right,
fooling.
that's
Okay.
right. Yeah, I am from the great city of Justern.
Cool. Well, speaking of Van Hania, we will move over briefly to the city gates. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm really trying to do all the things, and it's very difficult right now. But we move outside
The robot into the city.
to the city gates of Van Hania. Van Hania is known as the Grey City, and there's a few reasons for this. The walls stand very tall all around and all along the border, and they are made of that sort of consistent grey slab concrete almost. It's a boring city. It's large, but it's a fort. It's never really very sunny here. It's usually quite windy, quite drab, quite grey. It's a little miserable, to be honest. And at the city gates, a couple of people are standing outside waiting to be admitted. One of whom has a rather impressive suit of mechness next to them. Michaela, please describe your character.
Okay. So Callum is an auto gnome, by which I mean he's just a little robot guy. He's very square shaped, and he's got a little what do you call that? A thing on his chest that opens up, a hatch.
Yes.
He has like no visible face or anything, just kind of like a helmet, and then it's darkness inside and glowing yellow eyes. He wields a big wrench, and behind him is a similarly built a big boy. So Callum is like 3.5 feet tall. This mech suit is about 6 foot, 6.5 feet tall. But it just kind of follows behind obediently and blindly and very stupidly. But it is also made of like the same material as Callum's body. It has his head is kind of like inspired by a knight's helmet, so it's got that grating on it. And on its chest is carved in me, Sid. And yeah, they are just, I guess, waiting patiently.
Yeah, nobody comes to the gate. That's the problem right now. And after a little while of you waiting, somebody comes to the gate your side. They're not going to let you in, you would assume.
Rude.
But, Jay, please describe your character.
Yeah, so Fox is a Firbolg, 7'8".
Oh my god.
Yes, they're average size. They have sort of charcoal colored skin, which is a bit unusual for Firbolgs. They also got, the big floppy ears. Their hair is sort of a bit messy, pretty short, but it is run into like a braided ponytail that runs along the front. Their clothes are a bit unusual. It's sort of like all one piece of clothing that sort of ties over in the front, mainly. They are current, and on their face they have these freckles that are white but seem to like glow in and out just very faintly. And they carry around a staff in one hand that has like this crescent moon at the very end, and out of it, there's a few of these very pretty 5-petaled white flowers.
Ooh, beautiful.
Yeah, as the two of you stand waiting outside the gate for a little while, you hear a large fanfare of trumpets. And the gates both swing open so fast that both of you are forced to like scrabble backwards. as a cohort of about 40 soldiers, all riding horses, sort of go, off they go, sprinting out. Bear in mind that this is coming into the land, right? You're not on the border or anything. So the soldiers are headed inland, which is unusual for them to be going at such pace. And as they charge past you, a soldier sort of looks over and... I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were waiting. Problems in here. Please, come on in, state your business.
I've been summoned.
Oh?
Yes.
I guess your business is your own, fair enough. One of them. From the mage group, right? The artifice people.
Yes, similar situation.
Yeah, I've seen you before. This is said
Who's he talking to?
I've seen you before, is said to Fox.
Okay.
Is he
Fox,
familiar?
give me a history check to see if you recognize him. You may use wisdom.
Thank you.
Wow.
That's all right. This is something you might have known this guy.
21.
This soldier dropped off an injured friend at your very home once, having been directed to you. The injured friend obviously was in need of your help, but he's just sort of... You caught this guy in passing as he dropped off his friend to you.
Yes, you were by my home at one point. I healed your friend.
That's right. You did well on him. Philip has been good ever since. Well, come on in. Make yourselves at home. Welcome to the end of the world. With that, the gate sort of closes behind you. You're left in this grey city. It's tipping it down with rain. It's windy. It's cold. Every door is shuttered. Every window is closed. Every light is off. Standing outside a couple of shops, you do see sort of guards with their heads down, the doors and windows shuttered, but lights slightly on behind. And then there's this large, welcoming tavern. Sort of, it's wooden. There's no bars on it. There's no gate. There's no door. The lights are on. Everything's warm. It looks welcoming. The door is slightly ajar at the moment, and the two of you see it. It says the last flagon at the top. And there's this sort of wonky wooden flagon above the doorway next to the title. It looks like somebody didn't quite stick it on right. You know that's your destination.
Can I have Sid fix that thing? Can I just straighten it up?
You try, but it looks on closer inspection you realize that it's actually been quite carefully placed on a slant, as if somebody wants to give the impression that they don't care.
I hate it.
Yeah, most people do. But here you are, and as you make your way in.
Well, I will. If I see Fox going in, I will let them enter first.
Oh, yeah, I'll walk in and then hold the door open for you.
Oh, how polite. Thank you. Clank, clank, clank.
You go first.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you. I'm Sid.
I also assume I have to
insist.
bend over to enter any doorway.
No, not at all.
No? Okay.
These doors are sort of 9.5, 10 foot tall. There are Goliaths in the army.
Okay.
So they're the sort of the height point. Even Sid is able to make... Sid is how tall, sorry? About 8 foot, is that right?
No, like 6'8".
Oh, okay. Right. Oh, cool. Yeah, so you're taller than the
Shorter
mech.
than Fox.
I thought the mech was large. Never mind. Okay, cool.
No, he's medium for now.
For now. Until he gets rocket jetpacks. Then he's fucking flying. But yeah, in the meantime, you, Sid, and Callum are all able to make your way in, and the bartender sort of looks up at you. Oh, I see the evening's beginning with more unfamiliar faces. Please, come on in. What can I do for you? And as she says this, there is in the corner a what appears to be a bard. I'm turning down the wrong music, sorry. What appears to be a bard of some sort. He's sort of fiddling at the moment with a pack. He's got this sort of, it's, I don't know, maybe 2 foot by a foot bag. and he's trying to pull out what appears to be an entire loot out of a space that is not big enough for it. And as it comes out, a small floppy-haired bunny rabbit falls onto the floor next to it. And he sort of reaches out and grabs it and pulls it back and stuffs it back in the bag.
My lord.
And as he's sort of rooting around in the bag, the bartender looks over to him. Are you going to play anything tonight? Just going to do whatever you're doing. It's past time to start. Oh, anyway, I was saying, new faces. Can I get you a drink?
I don't drink.
She turns from Callum to Sid and looks up at Sid and... Are you... She looks back at you, Callum. Does it...
No, me.
I see.
Dumb. It's dumb.
You're a pair, yeah?
Yes.
Alright, but nothing to drink?
No, and I will just slide the token across the table.
Ah, I see. And your friend? Looks over at Fox.
Just water. And I'll also place my token, assuming this is a barkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
As you slide these tokens over, Anvar sort of... Where are you finding these people? These water drinkers. I wish that when I gathered my soldiers, they were so cheap and easy. And the dwarf at the end of the bar sort of lifts his head up slowly and takes a mouthful of his ale. Maybe they like their lives.
Ooh.
Another one, Jessup. As Jessup fills the tankard, he sort of takes another mouthful. Back down in the bar. And
shaking my head at this guy.
She gestures for you to sit at the end of the tavern. And as you two move in, a bustle of about 12 women make their way in together. They look like gallivanters. They've brought their own wine. And this seems to be an issue according to Jessup.
Oh, like she wants to bounce them? Or is it not allowed?
Pedigree 81555. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Duck Pond. Thanks for the follow. Please stay the fuck away from my pond life. And back to where I was. No. The issue is that she's brought her own wine. Oh, they brought their own wine. So she sort of looks over and, you can't be bringing your own drinks in here. You got to pay. And one of the ladies sort of walks up to the front of the bar and, but we've got a party on tonight. And the red-haired woman who was at the table with the gentleman and the other lady sort of charges past you. She comes up to the bar and says, okay, Jessup, they're with me. And she just puts a pouch of gold on the table. And just shoves it over, and then she heads back, and these girls start, they are making a lot of noise. They're being loud, they're being rude. They're all drinking wine. There is one guy sort of in the middle of all 11 of them. And this guy is he's quite large, he's quite stodgy. And he doesn't appear to be drinking. He just appears to be enjoying the company of the women. As they are as they part in the middle, you guys are able to see that the door is opening, and there is but one more person. Standing in the doorway, Jamal, please describe your character.
So, my character is a Vidalcan, all of around 6 foot tall, fairly young for a Vidalcan. He's always going around underneath the part of his cloak. He has a gleaming, glistening breastplate, and he has his spellbook strapped to his thigh.
And just for reference, how old is a young Vidalcan?
Around 200-something years old. Lower end of 200-something.
Just for those people who weren't aware, yes.
Yeah.
And as you come in, the bartender looks up at you and... Good evening. How can I help you?
Good evening. My presence here was requested. I'll place my coin on the bar.
Nods. Can I get you a drink?
Fine, I'll have the one. What do you have in the way of wines?
Red?
House red? Okay. That will suffice. That's fine. That will
Um,
suffice.
wine is served in a sort of large goblet, placed on the bar, and she doesn't charge you for it. And as you head on to the table, you approach the group. You see a small auto gnome and a mech suit and a furbolg just making their way to the table.
Wow. This is quite the eclectic collection. I'm assuming we're all here for the same purpose.
Ah, more friendly faces. Welcome. Please take a seat. My name's Elliot Sullivan, but you can call me Sullivan. This is Ashrin and Obi and Glacius.
It's
Callum,
good to meet you all.
Sid.
I apologise for forgetting of your names. I have many things swirling in my mind, and names will quickly fall out of them like a sieve through, like a water through a sieve.
Ooh.
But my name is Zavro.
Callum, Sid, and you?
I am referred to as Fox.
Fox. And I assume you all have the same silly letters?
Mm-hmm. With a token.
Interesting.
Good to see a familiar face, Fox.
It is. Very nice to see you, Ashton.
You
Quite
two
the
know each
group.
other?
This is set up.
We've met in passing.
As you're sitting there just making introductions, you just hear, Jessa! Anya's passed out again!
Oh my gosh.
And the bartender comes over and reaches past the redhead woman who's talking. Sort of picks up this young half-elf and takes her what appears to be upstairs. The redhead woman makes her way through the other ladies, comes over to your table and... Excuse me, do I know you?
No.
Oh. Lots of new people here. I thought maybe you were here for the party. Oh, well. If you're not here for the party, you need to be in the room over here. It's a private room, you know? Give you some space. And she reaches over and she pulls out a key from her purse and she unlocks a door. The wall a little close to your table and she holds it open and she gestures for you all to head in. There's a party going on in the tavern. Use the private room. I think Jessup's serving food for visitors soon or something. I don't know. Yeah, take a seat. Or something. I don't really care. And she wanders off, leaving the door open. The key in the lock.
Did she truly seem to be as drunk as she was behaving?
Give me an insight check.
Ew.
This place has terrible security.
I agree.
20 total.
20. She stinks of alcohol. And she's definitely had a few. It's on her breath. Her pupils are a little dilated, but although she's swaying, she's mysteriously not bumping into any tables, chairs, people. You know, she's definitely a little more aware of herself than she's giving the vibe of.
He has alcohol perfume, that's why.
As Sullivan goes into the room, he's just gonna say, "What a wonderfully festive young woman," as he walks into the room.
Hanging above a round table is a large candelabra. All the candles were lit, despite the fact that the room was locked closed. On the table is a jug of water and a jug of wine and a large flagon of ale and 7 cups around it. You do see that there is another door at the edge of the room, so maybe service has come through that way.
Well,
I guess
I'll
we'll
take a seat.
Take a seat.
Sid kind of stands in the corner, vigilant,
Yep.
but he is trying to pet the dog.
I will not sit down. You all took to this way too quickly. Does it not seem suspicious to anyone else?
I would like to take a moment to do something.
Mhm.
I'd like to take a moment and see if that... Just a hunch, just a suspicion. The woman that was staggering around, seeming a little bit drunk, and the whole room being done up seemed a little odd. I'm just going to detect magic, if I may, just see if there's anything going on. Just as
You
a safety
notice
check.
that a few weapons hanging at the hilts of various people. The lass with the daggers, the dwarf at the bar, and Anvar, who you would expect the Defender General to have magical weapons.
Oh, yeah.
All appear to be
talking
have magical weapons, magical armor. There's a little bit of magic about the bartender and a couple of the flagons. And you do see that there is an unseen servant at the bar helping her out. The bard has quite a lot of magic about him. The drunken woman has none whatsoever.
Curious.
Neither does the room or anything about the room appear magical. And the woman with the daggers, the elven lass with the daggers, stands up and begins to walk over to where all the ladies are gathered. And the red-haired woman sort of reaches over and puts an arm around her shoulder and quite brashly starts sort of introducing herself and flirting, and almost pushes her up against the wall, sort of in a very sort of sleazy manner. And then they sort of fall sideways into the room with you all. And she turns around, oh, I'm sorry. And then she shuts the door from the inside, shutting herself and the elf in with you. And the red-haired woman, who has been sort of completely drunk, turns around to you all. Oh, I see they provided drinks. Good. And she reaches over one of the 7 tankards. And she takes a hip flask from her hip and starts filling it up with brandy. Takes a massive swig and looks over at you all. You can hear the sounds outside of the bard playing to the tavern. Yeah, she seems to be helping herself to your tankards.
What?
That's fine.
I'll stand up and walk over to her. And I will open the door back open. And I'll say, very well, take your drink. And please join the rest of the party. And I'll kind of shoo her out.
She doesn't leave. She stands quite firmly where she is and looks at you and... Maybe you should sit down. We should have a talk about it all, you know?
Talk about what?
I don't know. Wooden coins and free alcohol.
I'll close the door with like a raised eyebrow. What do you mean, wooden coin?
Oh, wooden coins and free drink, you know? This is Starling, and she gestures towards the blonde woman. Next to her. Is she blonde? She might not be blonde anymore. I don't think she's blonde anymore. She is
Oh, she
certainly
dyed
not
her hair.
blonde. She's dyed her hair in the
She had
last...
black hair last.
Oh, did she? She still had black hair. Okay, I just forgot.
Yeah.
Looking sort of quiet and confident, she has a bow at her back. You see daggers at her hips, her boots, her shoulder, her wrist. She seems quite sort of easygoing, but she's definitely concentrating and focused.
Astrid has some competition.
And yeah, as she sort of nods to you all and says nothing, she sits down. She retrieves her own hip flask from her hip, and she takes a mouthful of it. She doesn't touch your tankards. And then, yeah, the woman sort of turns to you all, and the drunken woman, who's not quite that drunken, turns to you all and says, Kailana, at your service. Nice to meet you.
An interesting introduction.
Oh, well. Forgive a girl her croxes and foibles.
Weebles.
So,
Uh,
wait, I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You lot. Good. Got your letters then?
Yes.
Indeed.
Question?
Mm-hmm. You said question?
Would we not be here if we didn't?
Oh, you never know. I don't know. Maybe you got the coin, not the letter not the coin. Maybe you... I don't know. It was a polite question, alright? You'd be Frostborn, right?
Indeed.
There are 8 of you. Huh. Sure, I only sent 7.
I believe those two, and I'll point at Sid and Callum. They come as a pair.
Oh, I didn't know you could get out.
He's just for the battlefield. Excuse me.
Oh, I thought it was all one thing.
It? What?
I'm gonna try to remember to refer to Sid as it. Callum does that, but you guys can call him he if you want.
Sort of-
You're quite
when
mean.
you're not inside, he's still like walking and talking.
It has very rudimentary intelligence, still working out the.
It's a lot of syllables, love.
kinks. He's very dumb, but yes, it can move on its own.
I see. Oh.
Interesting.
Well, we know you. She points to Zevran. Not many blue people walking around.
Who?
Pretty distinctive. You'd be Zevran, right? Have you all met each other?
Who's Severin?
Not until today, no.
Oh. But any of you know each other?
Fox and I have crossed paths.
Oh, fair enough. Well, you throw enough rocks into a lake, you're bound to hit a frog. So, you're Ovi, right? Little one?
Yes, that is me.
Callum? You're Sullivan.
Yes.
Firstborn. Severin. Fox, right?
Correct.
Fox, yeah?
Yes.
She turns to Starling and Starling sort of nods. Oh, so, well, is that everyone? It's everyone, right? Oh, I suppose you're wondering what you've been called here for, yeah?
Yes.
Among many other things.
Oh. Well, I'm Carlana. I work for the Sisterhood. You might have heard of the Sisterhood, like the anti-Shadowveil people. Starling reaches into her sort of cloak and puts a pamphlet on the table. You've seen these before. It's like, is your wife infiltrated? 10 ways to know if the Shadowveil have infiltrated your family.
On seeing this, I'll raise an eyebrow. Take a moment to consider and say,
Can somebody global mute stuff, please?
oh. Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, let me do it.
Echo. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean anybody other than you as you were talking.
Sure.
Sorry, carry on.
Right. I'll raise an eyebrow and looking at this and take a second to ponder and then say, would you like a little more privacy to discuss things?
The best of privacy comes in a loud and crowded tavern. Let's not attract any attention with any of your magics. Some of the people in there are quite astute.
I've noticed some of them are fairly well equipped as well.
Yeah, but
An
the large
interesting bunch.
rabble of idiot females who've turned up for the free alcohol will be more than enough cover.
That's very true.
Don't worry, I arranged this party for your benefit. Speaking of parties... She sort of reaches down and refills her flagon.
Beer?
I know, she cracks open a Bud Light.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it just makes a strange
Fine.
candle-like smell. She sort of looks over at you all and... So yeah, Sisterhood, that's us. We don't like the Shadowveil. Shadowveil don't like us. As you've probably seen, we do a lot of this stuff. And she gestures towards the pamphlet, and then she picks it up and she sort of screws it up. Throws it over her shoulder and... It's a front! Sure you're familiar with what that means? And she sort of adjusts herself slightly. It's useful, sometimes, to deceive others. To make sure that we further our own goals, if you understand me.
I don't believe lying is necessary.
No, you were picked for your honesty, directness, and the fact that the people like you. I believe we're calling you the poster boy.
Aww.
I
Callum is sniggering at this.
I flick my blonde hair. Well, if that's what the people do.
Indeed. So I thought we'd have a little break the ice session. Sharing session, if you will. I'll explain a little bit about what we do, and then you'll all talk about you lot. We can get to know each other. That's lovely, isn't it?
Not when you say it like that.
Well, the Sisterhood are involved in combating the Shadowveil in different ways to most other organizations. You see, men. The Sisterhood aren't all women, but they are predominantly women. The problem with men is they want to bicker, argue over who's in charge, who's got the bigger sword. The problem is that whilst the Dawn Guard and the Magus Arcane and the Furion Guard are all deciding who should run the country and who should save us all from the Shadowveil, Sogravia is getting smaller. The number of Shadowveil that infiltrate the land does increase. These posters do serve a purpose, if not a great one.
So the risk of infiltration is real then?
Yes.
That's not the front.
No. In the last 2 weeks, we have removed, she looks to Starling, 5 Shadowveil who had infiltrated as other people. It is an ongoing matter and an issue that must be dealt with all the time.
Is there no way to detect whether or not someone has been infiltrated?
Starling looks over. You kill them.
That's the only surefire way?
It's not only the only surefire way, it's the only way. There is no magic or thought process that is able to detect that they are Shadowveil. These spells that can read the mind, spells that can reveal a creature's true nature and that sort of thing. For all intents and purposes, the Shadowveil become the person they want to be. But upon death, they revert to their original form.
Ooh, well, I don't know if Sullivan would necessarily say that. But if someone else wants to say it, what about the Moonbeam spell that changes shapeshifter?
Well, as she said, any magics that would cause you to revert form don't work. Reveal your true nature don't work. Detecting thoughts don't work. Realignment doesn't work. You could even try the wish spell. Not very helpful.
What?
Yeah, there is absolutely no way of detecting them until they're dead. But they are still actors. Kailana sort of takes back over. And as such, there are sometimes things they get wrong. Unusual things, mysterious things, different things. And sometimes they aren't too secretive about their purpose. You know, sometimes they just have a job to do, and once they've done it, they don't carry on that life. So we catch them after the fact, but to catch them before the fact, we look for indiscrepancies, changes in behavior, changes in nature. Anything that they might be doing that they weren't doing before that could potentially benefit the Shadowveil. Those sort of things. But our purpose isn't just in rooting out the infiltrated. It is also in protecting the country against being infiltrated, and protecting the country in general. The Sisterhood have a goal. It is to unite the factions within Sogravia in one way or another, and to bring Sogravia to a united front that can hold off the Shadowveil indefinitely. To that purpose, against the will of some of my sisters, I have brought you all here.
Something tells me uniting all of these groups is quite the tall order.
Probably. Like explaining to you all why I chose you and why you're here. That's going to take me a few minutes to think about, so we'll take a short break. Welcome back to Sogravia, the last Bastion. So, Kailana has sort of encouraged you all to sit down, and she's explained exactly who the Sisterhood are and what they do. She mentions that she's, of course, called all of you, but she wonders if you can work out why, and she turns around and, Poster Boy, why do you think you've been chosen?
Well, I am an efficient knight in the Dawn Guard, and capable fighter. And that's it. I'm a good person.
She turns to Starling, and he is pretty, you got that right.
Ooh.
And then looks over to Fox. And you, Furbolg, why are you here?
Well, I can only assume it's due to rumors of my healing prowess and my alchemical knowledge, as well as knowledge of antidotes.
Yeah, sure. She then looks over to Ashrin, and she sort of gives you a slight closer look. What do I call you?
Ashrin.
It's not what most people call you, but okay. Why are you here?
I'm here because I got this letter, which is a surprise in and of itself, given that it was able to find me. I'm
She
curious
turns
know
to
what
Starling and says,
you
"Well
want from
done."
me. I assume taking out a large section of bandits on the road has drawn some attention.
You can shoot a bow, that is true. What about you, Blue Man?
Well, you most certainly
Blue Man
didn't ask
group?
me to come here to form a group of blue men, that's for sure.
Yes.
They are brilliant. We do love the Blue Man.
However, if I had to guess why it was you specifically asked for me, it would be because I trained many of the elite soldiers which go out to fight the Shadowveil. And who better to ask than the person that trains them to come and fight them?
Somebody with some battle experience? Battle experience. You, Frostborn, why are you here? Do you think? Do you think?
I do think, sometimes.
Therefore you are.
Therefore I am. I'm assuming it's for the 15 years that I've spent fighting the Shadowveil, and for the things that happened on that day.
Ooh.
Yep, that's it.
That
Serious.
day. That's ominous.
Yeah,
Stares off pensively.
that day. He turns to the camera.
That day.
Somebody took some emotional damage.
A single tear falls.
Kailana turns to Sid and then begins, and why do you think? And then looks down at Callum, that you're here.
I mean, isn't it obvious? And I will gesture to myself. No, Shadowveil's gonna replace me. And also, probably him.
She turns back to Starling, and she is smart. Give you that. And lastly, you. Wild card. Why do you think you're here? Obi, right?
Yes, that's me.
Aw.
I'm not too sure. My village, which is just outside of Carthan, was under attack, and just out of instinct, I protected us because we don't have any defense. But I don't know where it came from. I kind of just acted out of instinct.
Yes. Well, I think that for the most part, we chose you for your untapped potential. Some of the people at the Magus Arcane raised some noise, Obi, when you protected your village. Untrained, your magic was stronger than expected. And when it comes to trained, she looks towards Zevran. Perhaps magical tactics will be your speciality. Battle tactics? She looks at Glacius. The group will need keeping alive, but more importantly, there are some unusual poisons Shadowveil employ. I believe between the two of you, I believe you know each other, Fox and Ashrin, you will be able to counteract any poisons you encounter, and perhaps turn them against our enemies. And I hear you're quite good at getting places unseen. She looks at Ashrin. And at Fox, to be fair. Both of you are pretty good at that.
And climbing.
She turns back to Callum and you are right. You're going to be the group's barometer, I think they call it. You're going to be the one thing that doesn't change. We know that you can't be infiltrated. So you're the one to be suspicious of those around you. If there is any group it's worth infiltrating, if you are as successful as some of us hope and most of us don't expect, then you'll be worth infiltrating. You are to keep an eye. Make sure that you will remain as expected. And, well, seeing as this group of talented misfits didn't quite look like the appealing party, Poster Boy, it's up to you to be the face of the group. You're the one to make them appear legitimate, coordinated, charismatic.
They don't
Worthy.
need my help to do all that. Look at their fresh faces.
Yes, do. Hard. And then realise that you are really needed. You're to keep them together. And to keep them on track. So, I suppose this is the time at which I give you a little mission and off you go and save the world, right?
Wow.
Or we could start small. Practical. Farmhands. Farmers. That's where we're starting. Farmers. Some land slightly north of here. A little way into the foothills of the mountains. Have, they produce food for the army and they've stopped doing it. I sent 2 soldiers, Anvar, sent 2 soldiers up to investigate the matter. But as you know, and she looks straight at Glacius, soldiers aren't all that bright. He came back and said there was a couple of farmers missing. And that was it. Mission complete. You will do a little better, I suppose. As it is, there are some farmhands missing. These lands do border the Shadowveil lands, so there could be trouble, though it's usually quite difficult to get over the mountains in either direction, and the border is very well guarded. Nevertheless, despite the fact there could be a perfectly good reason for why these farmhands are not producing food for the army, this could be the result of infiltration. As such, it is to be treated. Can I help you guys? Do you need some help?
I was just copying everyone else.
Nothing.
We were just saying how uncharismatic we all are and why Elliot's here.
Yes. I think we've got 4 8s and a 6 and a 10 between a lot of you. And then Obi's super charismatic but doesn't talk.
Because he's so cute.
It's adorable, though.
Looks pretty.
It's adorable.
Just a heads up, I think Brutus has the 3rd highest charisma in the
Oh,
party.
yes. What a sweetheart.
The dog.
That's funny.
Nevertheless, food not reaching the army is never a good thing. An army runs on its stomach. But, well, we don't really care all that much about the soldiers. What we care about is that Shadowveil might be present. So, it is you that will go up and investigate. But I'm sure you are hoping what is in it for you. Well, I've got you all in a house that you can all go and stay in and make nice with each other. Isn't that sweet? There's a large manor house over in that area, on the way at least. It hasn't been occupied for a decade or so. It doesn't have much farmland surrounding it, so it's not much use to the locals. Perhaps you might make use of it. It's a little way out of Vahania. Keep you untapped. So,
This is gonna.
go on.
I was gonna make a joke.
You can make a joke if you wish.
Oh,
I'm gonna say this is gonna turn into Big Brother.
I was going to say that.
Yes, it's gonna be like, would Callum please come to the diary room?
We're going to have the little the
God.
separate interview cameras where we all talk shit about each other.
Yeah.
So our
do I
boon
have?
for rescuing the
go
army,
ahead, Ol.
basically, by giving them rations, is to have to live in a house together.
Yeah.
This is all kind of sudden.
She
do I know
slides
anything
her
about
hip
the
flask
land?
towards the center of the table next to the tankards and make free with a free alcohol. It's a one-off. Nevertheless, you may need a base from which to coordinate. I'm not suggesting you play happy families, but in the long run, I would like for you all to work together towards a common goal. and that is uniting the factions. Some factions you are quite well acquainted with. And she nods towards Zavran and towards Callum, and then towards Sullivan and Iglesias. And some you are not. And for that reason, I think that it's best that we start our focuses on the Furian Guard. But let's get you, what's the word? Testing your metal? Breaking teeth? Is that the right one?
Close
I'm
enough.
never good with those phrases.
Sounds very uncouth.
It's meant to be cutting teeth, is the joke.
Mhm.
Breaking.
Yes.
We'll
well-
break some teeth.
Sure. Or find some
Bust some
farmers.
balls.
Or do something. I don't know. But nevertheless, I would like for you to head up into the foothills. I'm sure some of you will be quite acquainted with the grasslands and the wilderness aspect of your job.
Opie's stealthed away.
I don't know. Make your way back at some point.
Just
Back
watch.
here?
Yeah, back here. I don't know. I'll be here for the next few days.
Oh, okay.
Any questions?
I definitely have questions.
I believe no.
Are there any Shadowveil there?
Where?
Aren't we going to see some farmers?
I hope so. You're looking for missing ones, so if you do see some farmers, consider it mission complete, unless they are Shadowveil, at which point mission failed. Don't worry, let them do the thinking.
Surely there could
That's just
be-
towards Zephyr and Callum.
Well, surely there could be other reasons why the food's not getting there.
As I said, there could be perfectly good reasons, but it could be serious.
Oh, right. They already sent someone to
Yes.
investigate.
Serious.
Okay.
We sent an idiot, now we're sending less idiots.
Well,
Now, there's no need for that.
No?
No,
Brought us
no,
all
there- for
together.
that.
You don't need
It
to
is.
then insult us.
Ah, well, forgive me, it's my nature.
I
Um,
forgive you.
Wow.
I'll be the bigger man and forgive you.
She turns to Starling. Are you sure? Starling sort of shrugs and
how far away is this?
an excellent question. I prepared for you a map.
From what it looks like, it's down the yellow brick road.
Yeah, this place is beautiful.
About there, and she sort of pings on the map, is the manor house, which you might make your own.
yeah.
Starling will go with you that far, show you where it is, after which you can make your way up into the foothills, where there are missing farmers. Shouldn't be too
And
hard, they
where
are
is
labeled
that?
on the map. You are in Vahania.
Okay, so it's not too far.
Yep.
Is that one of the towers of Sauron?
Sort of.
It does look like it.
What have you... No, it's not ruined. It's perfectly functional.
It's about to be.
It'll be very good
So,
we're done with it.
just in case you're curious on the map, she has marked out Imul Dariak. Imul Dariak is the Shadowveil fortress that sits approximately... well, it's not approximately, exactly a mile away from Vanhania, the other side of the border. The
Oh
land
my
in
gosh.
between is known as
That is
the
very
The
close.
land
That's so
between-
close.
We get a nice view from it from the Mage's Tower.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, the Mage's Tower is over there. So it's
Where's
the view is
Jamal's?
not
That's-
great from Carthan.
No, the
Um,
Vanhania one.
Oh yeah, it's not really much of a tower.
That's,
I'm afraid to disappoint you. It's like a squat
That's
building.
Oh, okay. Well,
the
we can still
sniper
see it from now.
Nevertheless, yeah, Imul Dariak and Vanhania basically sit exactly a mile apart, and the land in between is known as the Killing Ground.
Oh my goodness.
Interestingly enough, it is raised by 800 feet since the buildings were first built there, purely from the land.
Wait,
growing
the tower
over
or the
dead
fields?
Bodies. The fields.
You're kidding
The
me.
fields growing over the dead bodies have raised it by 800 feet.
How
whereas it used to
grisly.
be a deep valley. It is now hills.
All right, I'm ready to go.
Oh, good. Any other questions? I
I
thought you had
wanna go
questions, Callum.
home.
Did somebody else
I
ask
asked
them
my
all for you?
question, and then I read the little paragraph, and that answered a couple more of my questions.
Yes, information all present. Yeah.
Read
so,
your debriefing.
yeah, off you trot. Starling will take you to your place of residence. You'll need to do it up or something. It hasn't been inhabited for about 10 years. But
Wow.
I'm sure that'll keep you busy. Or at least be a team-building exercise.
I guess so.
I'm really bad at this, aren't I?
Makeover.
Yeah, how's the house? Is it nice?
Yeah, is
No,
it
not really.
cobwebbed?
I don't know. Look, I
How
haven't
many
even seen
bedrooms?
it.
How many baths?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
All right, we'll
Starling
scope it
looks
out.
over and it's kind of large. I see the outside.
What's the school system like?
But Kaidana sort of looks at you all and she said, I'm not very good at this, am I? So...
No, you're not.
You're doing a grand job.
Wow,
Fine.
Don't lie to her.
you're doing
I
adequate.
never lie.
Adequate's enough. I knew I'd forgotten something. She reaches down and she takes out a bag. She sort of plonks it on the table and there's some
Old
useful
conch.
knickknacks in there. It might come in helpful.
Ooh. I want to see the
The
knickknacks.
bag is about
Daddy
sort of
wags.
a foot by a foot in height. Maybe slightly larger, but it has a stretchy opening top. It's
Is this
up
a
to
bag
you
of
guys
holding,
who's gonna
James?
keep hold of it, but it is your bag of holding.
Wow.
You're banned from giving it to Jamal.
Why?
Why? Because you'll remember everything that goes into it and never remember to take anything out of it.
True, and I'll probably use it as a
well,
Everybody will
weapon.
be
don't worry.
dying on the floor, and then like 2 episodes later, you'll be like, "Shit, I had loads of greater healing potions." So
I'll
you're not
I'll
having
take it. I'll
Is that
take it.
Yeah, whatever you guys think, you can discuss it between you. But there are some useful knickknacks inside. So she'll sit.
Yeah, I want to see the knickknacks.
Okay. Yeah, you sort of reach in and immediately give me a dex save.
Unbelievable.
Is
It's
it one of
from
the
the-
Twitch daggers?
Really bad.
No, they don't exist anymore. An 8, great. You take 2 points of piercing damage as a caltrop comes
Unbelievable.
out, like sort of shoved in between the 2 plates of your armor.
Ow. Just kidding. I don't feel pain. But
I
what the hell
probably
is this?
shouldn't have chucked those in loose.
Just kidding. I don't feel pain.
There's 20 in there somewhere.
JK.
It's more of
It's
an
just an old-
inconvenience.
It's an old habit saying ouch.
Mal, did you just
I
try and
feel
send a
that,
GIF
honestly.
on Roll20?
It was a link to an image. It just didn't actually
Doesn't do
post the
anything.
link. It
No,
just
it
tried
doesn't
to
do
post an image and
anything.
it didn't.
I've seen it work before. That's weird.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, so inside you will find 20 caltrops, amongst other things. I'm sure you can discover some other stuff in there while you're going. I'll give you the full list in time,
Yay.
but not
All right,
quite
well,
yet.
shall we?
We'll have to dig around in there. So is it going to Darth, is that correct? You're happy
Yeah.
with that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, he seems like dad-like. So he can carry the bags.
Yes, yes,
Dad
yes.
born.
Yes.
Yeah, not Darth.
No.
I'm too young,
Sorry to
guys. I don't
disappoint.
Yeah,
need all
oh my
this.
days.
Yeah, cool, okay. So Starling sort of looks around at you and I don't think we should go through the main tavern.
Oh.
And she gestures towards the other door, which should take you back to the kitchens.
All right.
I'll go through the door.
Cool. And she leads you through the door into the kitchens, where she sort of reaches over and she takes a slice off of the beef haunch that is cooking, sticks it on her blade, on her dagger, and starts chewing it as she walks away.
Yeah, as we walk through
Alright.
the kitchen, I will sneak like a little thing of grapes.
There is no one here, so you do not have to sneak at all. There is absolutely no one in the kitchen. The meat is
Doesn't matter, I'm
steaming, but
sneaking
there
it
is
anyway.
no one
Touching
there.
all
Yeah.
of you.
Help
You
yourself.
managed to filch some grapes.
Oh my gosh.
Free
Just
food.
robbing this establishment.
Yeah, Glacius is sitting there silently judging everyone who takes food.
Is
this
food
food
for us?
Aw.
I don't think it is. I think that this is for somebody, and I don't think anyone's paying for this.
No. I think because I'm like at the front of the line, I haven't noticed.
Mm-hmm. Definitely not.
Well,
I can
instead,
see
you will
that.
notice when you get out that there is a dwarf, a very fat dwarf, wearing a chef's apron, smoking a pipe outside the back of the kitchen. And as he sees you coming out of his kitchen, he sort of gives a strange glance, and Starling flicks him a gold coin.
As we walk past, I'll just say, it all smells wonderful.
He gives you a strange look.
It-
And Starling said, "Oh, there wasn't
Tastes
time!
good, too.
Some of us..." And she gestures the steak on her knife. And he sort of just... "I'll give it to the party, girls." Obviously, he was cooking it for you. And you are now just leaving without cooking it, without eating it, so he's very confused.
Wow, I didn't know there was supposed to be a
Oh.
feast.
He was making us steak.
Oh, they did say food. I like steak.
Although he didn't ask us
anyways.
how we liked it, so...
No, because you said it smells nice, and he got confused, and Starling explained that it hadn't been fed to you.
Oh.
Well, pleasant journey. And he sort
And
of shakes
you,
his head.
good sir. I don't know where he lives.
He
Oh,
sort
where
of
he's
glances
going.
towards the kitchen door that is next to him. Thanks.
It's where I live.
Very-
I live
very
in the
well.
kitchen.
My journey to the kitchen will be long and arduous, I'm sure.
There are many
Hey,
monsters in the
listen.
night that could get you within that time.
Spin-off
Oh.
campaign. We follow the cook trying to get back to his kitchen.
As he heads west to open a chocolate factory.
Oh yes, let's go.
Starling will lead you through the city of Vahania. It is...
Before we go, I'm grabbing my, wagon and horse that I had outside.
Okay, you can all head to the
Making sure I don't
stables.
leave them in
It'll be
time.
outside outside the city. So right now
Alright.
you're headed through the city itself. It's grey and horrible and boring and pouring with rain, and about 7:15 in the evening. It's cold, dark,
home.
and wet. Enjoy.
I like this city.
As we walk, I'm
sounds
just
like
breaking
London.
off a grape and holding it up to my shoulder, where underneath my hood, a small little face peeks out, takes the grape and backs up. A
She's
tiny
got a
little
dragon
chipmunk
again?
in the
Oh.
dark.
Another one.
Yes, it's now a dragon.
Just be a Drake Warden Ranger in every one of the trilogy.
Every campaign,
Yeah.
Rick Warden Ranger.
Yes, you thought it was you thought it was a dragon. No, rubbish. It thought it was a dragon, but you know it to be a chipmunk. The
Aw.
chipmunk believes it's a dragon.
Very
Stop.
similar.
Nevertheless, you are able to follow Starling to the city gates, where she turns to you all. And does everyone have a mount?
Yes.
No.
No.
Not so much.
And she looks to
How
you,
did you
Glacius.
get
You
here?
have a wagon, right?
Yeah, I have a wagon.
But no mount.
Oh, yes.
I know.
Well,
have
I have
now.
some good news.
Oh.
I happen to have a spare companion that carries my things on my travels. We may use that for the wagon.
An assistant or a slave? Like,
I believe it's called a mule.
It is indeed
Oh,
called a
that's
mule.
why are you phrasing it like that?
Why did you phrase it like
I have an
that?
assistant. I have an assistant that helps me on my travel.
When we're about to leave, Callum will enter the Sid robot, and so Sid's face is kind of like, it's all dark inside, but when Callum goes inside, the yellow eyes glow out from there. So that's how you know he's in there now.
Oh,
It's morphin time!
I think it is.
I have a DM question.
Mhm.
How did you say we were ruling Find Steed, the spell?
You
Oh,
find
shit.
a steed.
Summon a steed.
But you said yesterday you were saying
Yes,
how...
after you've summoned it to the first time, you can skip on the spell slot.
Okay.
Oh,
kind
wait
of
10
steed are you
minutes to
summoning?
that, Josh.
Oh yeah, what kind of
Well,
steed?
the steed I have that I rode into the city with is a celestial. And
A celestial?
yeah, I have to choose between celestial, fae, and fiend, so I went celestial. And it's kind of spectral, and it's a dark, deep red. But the mane is this orange that gradiates into yellows and whites. Very much the like the emblem on his shield, those colours of the Dawn God. I feel like I'm
Oh.
over-explaining.
I'm just imagining Rapidash.
Yes.
I'm
maybe.
imagining like
that, but like a ghost.
Ghost Dash.
Yeah, pretty much.
So Obi and Fox and Ashrin are going to ride on the wagon.
Yes.
As you guys get on, you see that there is like a big husky dog sort of sitting there, and it starts growling at you as you guys start to get on. And I come over, I'm just like, it's okay. It's okay.
You yourself are riding a horse. Glacius.
Yes.
Cool.
Indeed.
Callum,
I'm
is your
riding a
mount
dragon.
is your mount Sid?
Oh yeah, brother.
What's Sid's walking speed?
Oh.
Not very
yeah,
fast.
Oh god, now remembering that one
it's
campaign.
walking.
Oh yeah, brother.
His speed is 25
It's funny
feet.
walking.
Within moments, Sid starts falling behind. Zevran, can you do anything about that?
Don't worry.
Oh, let's see. Can Zavril do anything
I'll
about
catch
the
up.
slow thing now?
Or more being unmounted?
It's fine.
Oh, he can magic you a horse.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
one
that's
that can
something I
carry you.
do.
It's
I
super
feel-
intelligente and stuff.
Yeah, it will take me a short while, but I can.
Can I just like buy a big horse with my 77 gold?
Can you just buy like a bear?
You can make a conglomerate effort, but I think you're going to want to be doing up the house. For
Yeah.
now, Zevran can summon you a phantom of a stead. It doesn't cost him any spell slots, so you'll be fine.
Thank you.
Cool. And
Yeah,
that
I'll
means
just
you're-
ritual summon you a phantom steed. It will take me 10 minutes, but
that
so
means
be
you're
it.
all mounted, because if Sid sits in the wagon's going to have a very slow movement speed.
The wagon's gonna break.
Well, no, but...
No, he's not going in there.
Oh.
Cool. So as the group of you ride out, Starling herself on a white horse that she rides with sort of a very, very small saddle. There's no sort of bit or
Definitely.
bridle or anything like that. It's just, it looks almost like it is just not attached. It's just sat on the top. Like a sort of extended blanket, really. And if you are looking at it a little too closely, Callum or Zevran, you'll notice there is some magic holding it in place.
Oh.
But she sits sort of side saddle and rides you out to the manor house, to the Manorborn, and it takes you about an hour and a half to get there. And sitting on a hilltop is a large sort of farmland house. It's not in the best of keep, but there is like a little small stables outside. There's not much farmland, but it looks like it could house some 10 or 12 quite easily. Yeah, it's there's a little bit of a gap in the roof. One of the chimneys is slightly wonky. The door is sort of caved in ever so slightly, but closed. And
It looks beautiful.
she gestures at it, and yeah, I mean, bear in mind it is currently 8 p.m. pouring with rain, and it looks slightly decrepit. But this is what it will look like when you do it up.
I choose to ignore that.
Yeah, this is what it will look like when you do it up, and it does indeed have a paddock for horses, a little bit of a stables, stuff like that. Yeah. But in the meantime, she will gesture towards it, and
We'll make over.
I think I have to meet you here a couple of days hence, but for now, oh, good luck. And, Kailana can be a little direct. She's got the right idea, you know. She's well respected amongst the sisterhood.
Sister, please.
If it interests you, I'm not a part of the sisterhood, though I do work with them occasionally. That's all.
Oh, you're not part of them.
No, but Kailana is a good friend, so I help her when I can. Well, you can catch me when you catch me, I guess. And with that, she sort of reaches over to, to clap hands with Glacius. Glacius, give me a perception check.
Oh gosh. Yeah, give me that 9.
Right.
Cool.
Yep. So she claps hands with you, and then she sort of greets the rest of you without walking up to you, and then heads off. After about an hour and a half, Glacius, you look into your purse and you find you are missing 20 gold pieces.
I saw.
Quite probably. No, she was very close. She went in and out. She went. Yeah, she buggered off with 20 gold pieces of yours. Never to be seen again.
Wow.
That's fucked.
Well, maybe she'll see it again. I don't know.
That's unbelievable.
You do have a choice here. You can go and seek the farmers in the middle of the night, or you may take rest for the first night in your new home.
I feel like we should go to sleep.
Yeah.
Is it nighttime? Yeah, we should
It's
probably go to
currently
bed.
8:30 in the evening.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
8:30, 9
It's
o'clock.
2 a.m. in the morning. Let's go find those farmers, guys.
Yeah, I'm still energized.
Yeah. So
We should check out what that house is.
Is there
like.
like water dripping through the roof, or is this like fairly? Yeah. Okay.
okay. So as you head in, there is a table pushed. Well, first of all, the door is slightly caved in, but with a sharp push, it sort of goes in. There is a large oaken table pushed up against one wall and on its side, underneath which there seems to be the remains of a den of some sort of animal that has tracked prints out of the room. There are cobwebs all over the place, and there is a small hole in the wall a little way to the left that looks like a fox has been coming in and out. There's always a fox in my campaigns, and when there's not a fox, there's a fox.
Wow.
I get fox people, I get fox names, I get people with pet foxes. I've got a person with a pet fox familiar. Like, I don't know how am I meant to remember these things. Anyway, a fox has been making its way in and out. There are 2 bats in the roof of the upstairs, but as you come in, there is a large dining area, sort of kitchen-ish something, and 3 rooms that are unused and completely disheveled. You don't really know what they're for. There is a large sort of outhouse and pantry. There's a small sort of subsection room that it's closed and then it's almost outside, a bit like a garage or a porch or like a workshop or something. You're not really sure, but it's sort of an outsidey area that's sheltered. And then there is what appears to have once been a sort of a workman's office. There is still a desk in there, although it's fallen over and is leaning down against the wall. And there are no drawers in it anymore. But sort of still a desk. As you go to head upstairs, one of the stairs gives way, but you're able to get up there. And there are 9 rooms upstairs. None of them have much of anything in. There's a couple of broken bed frames. There's a tent in one that seems to be sort of almost completely weathered down. It looks like somebody once camped here for the night and left their tent.
Squatters.
There's burn marks in the corner of one room, like there was a fire at some point. And indeed, as you head into the 4th bedroom, there is a large hole in the roof where the rain is gushing in. There's a tiny little saucepan on the ground that is surrounded with water. It's not really doing much of its job.
I don't mind taking the one with the hole in the roof.
There are 9 of them, so you could just...
You don't have to.
None of you take it.
Oh, that's
It's
fine.
like
Because then,
not.
If you want it.
because
It's
then I'll
character.
take it. Because assumably the what should be up there is like on the ground in the room,
A bit of the roof is on the floor, yeah.
right? So then I'll just like grab a table or a chair or something so that I can stand on, and I'll hold the piece of roof to the ceiling. And I'll just cast mending.
You can cast mending?
I can.
Why?
Because as my fighting style, I have Blessed Warrior, so I get 2 cantrips. One being Celestial Burst and one being Mending.
Wow.
Yeah, you thought, God, I've got an artificer that can make mechanical things. I'll take mending.
Well, I don't want
Yeah.
to. I don't want to impose.
No, that's true. That's true.
I have been going around just kind of mending things here and there, little things. Yeah.
Do we have anybody
I'll-
that can prestidigitate?
No,
I
I
can cleanse.
I can shape water.
I can also shape water.
I've got a wizard,
Celestial
a
burst.
sorcerer, an artificer, and
None
no
of you took
prestidigitation.
Correct.
Thank you.
Technically, it's only a person, but
Not my style.
Damn.
Cubic foot of dirt. Oh, you mean cleansing stone?
yeah.
Yeah, your cleansing stone is mostly for personal hygiene. It aids you in cleaning, but it's not that useful.
Sid is gonna go
Roll
around
it
start
around.
tidying up.
Okay,
Alright.
yeah, we have a Sid.
yeah,
that works.
I'm gonna start typing
Between
as well.
Sid, mending, and some effort.
And he's got a little apron on.
With some elbow grease.
Yeah, you're able to at least get somewhat cleared up. And,
How long is it gonna rain?
Frostbite.
Through the night.
I'm assuming you have Druidcraft.
Yeah.
I'm not just asking that. Okay, cool. Yeah, you think it'll stop in a couple of hours.
Okay.
In those couple of hours, Glacius, if you wish to dig into your large bag of holding,
Yeah, I'll
you
take a
will
look.
find 2 lanterns,
Cool.
10 torches. We can do the typing together if you want. 2 lanterns, 10 torches, a pole of collapsing, a 10-foot ladder, 20 caltrops. Rennie, there's no ruins in this place. Stop it.
That's Elliot's room.
2 ink pens, 10 vials of ink, a grappling hook, 2 crowbars, 2 sledgehammers, a hammer, a
You said 2
mason's-
grappling hooks?
Yep, I'm typing it. Tools, woodworking tools, carpenter's tools.
Okay, good. Because I only got the torches and grappling hook. Typing's hard.
And a
Aww. 2 words per minute.
Yeah, I was sitting there just being like, lantern? And then there were 2 options. I was like, let's go to torch instead.
there you go. There's the full list. There is a cube in there, which is the most interesting thing that you will find. I believe it's called a cube of... No, it's not. Cleaning? I'm sure it's called a cube of cleaning, but I can't find it. So let me just grab it up properly. I'll be able to ping it in a second.
Go away, Battle.net. 2 ink.
Okay, loading time.
What? Is it just like any lantern, or does it not matter?
2 hunter... Lantern hooded.
Hunters? Hooded lanterns? Okay. 2 hunters?
It is a cleaning cube, is what I was trying to...
James, are you struggling with the words thing right now?
Yeah. It's because it was halfway between hooded and lantern. I was like, hunted!
Hunton.
But
Oh
most
my
importantly,
God.
you have found a cleaning cube that they have thoughtfully included for you.
That's
It is
nice.
a tiny sentient piece of enchanted gelatinous cube. It's harmlessly soapy instead of acidic. And it loves to clean. If you put it on the floor and fill it up with water, it will go and
Aww.
work its way around your house, cleaning it.
It's a Roomba.
So I come to each of you as you accommodate yourselves in your new homes. Obi, what do?
I find myself a room. I don't need a lot of space because I'm small. But
They're all
I just
roughly
set up-
even sized. But yeah.
so I'll just find myself my own little room for me and Brutus, who sleeps at the edge of my bed. I kind of just chill for now. Doesn't do
Yeah.
much.
Not cleaning much, just like, yeah, this room's nice, deal with that.
Yeah, I mean, he'll tidy up the room and clean whatever is wrong in the room. He'll clean that up.
Yeah, apart from, there's not much in the way of windows, right, in this world, so there's shutters. And one of the shutters just keeps it slamming back open and closed. in the room. But other than that, the room's pretty okay. There's a broken bed frame.
I will try to fix that, but I will fail because I'm not capable of doing that.
Yeah, you can't even lift it. It's designed for, it's like a double bed for like normal humans.
So I'm sitting there trying to lift it, but I'm struggling.
Yeah, you sort of manage to full bodily shunt it into a corner, and then make space for your own bedroll in the middle of the room, right?
No, I'll sleep on the bed.
Oh, you're gonna sleep on the broken bed frame with no mattress? It's just
There's no mattress.
No,
Never
it's
mind,
just a broken wood in a corner.
Oh,
yeah.
Then yeah,
like,
I push it to the
it's
corner.
It's a headboard, footboard, and like some broken slats. That's it.
I'll find help for that later.
Yeah. Callum.
Yeah, didn't you say there was like a workshop or something?
Yeah, so there's a little, sort of, it's an outbuilding. It's quite a large space. It's very high roofed. But at the moment, it's almost empty. Looking around, you find 2 discarded pittons and a broken sledgehammer handle.
Oh, great. That's fine. I'm going to ask Lacey if I can check out those tools that were in the bag. And pretty much just start fixing this place up. I want to make it into a little shed where I can do my things.
Mm-hmm.
I also only need to sleep for 6 hours. So I will do that. At some point, I will just retract into a little cube and just sit still for 6 hours while Sid is still going around tidying up.
Yeah, well, if you remember, we did say that your character will have to sleep, eat, and drink as normal, although you can have 6 hours instead of 8 hours. Your mind has some
I'm in a little cube.
Mechanicalism in it.
But yeah, I'm tidying up this little room. Basically, I'm claiming this area.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. It feels a little homely. In that back at the Magus Arcane in the College of Artifice, there was spaces like this that are. It's got an outdoor chimney. It's like a metal funnel. It'll take any smoke out. There is the remains of what could be a fireplace or maybe a furnace. Not really sure.
Yep.
But it's not currently usable. And there is a pit, a stone pit in the center of the room, which looks like it come in handy. Yeah, you could definitely do a lot with this space. Yeah, it's just like sort of a couple of feet deep. You would know that in the past maybe this could be stacked with wood and used as a large fire, but alternatively, it could be filled with water and used as a bath for hot metal or all sorts of other things. Just a workable space.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to get this space workable, the basics, and maybe improve it at some point.
Yeah, and as you cube up in the corner, Zavril, what are you up to?
I will be meticulously going around the place, taking notes as best I can of everything that's going to need fixing up, everything that's going to need some form of repair in order to make this place actually somewhat humanoid inhabitable.
There is a lot less repair than there is to do just purchasing. The biggest problem is how much you're missing. But apart from a few spots in the walls and ceiling, a few pieces of furniture which probably not recoverable, they're probably throw-outing stuff. Yeah, there isn't much to do. So it's a bit of roof, bit of wall, and that one chimney that's fallen to slant. Other than that, it's mostly clear out and replace. Looks like you're in for a big shopping trip at some point.
Yay.
Sounds like it.
Cool. Fox, what are you up to?
Going around looking for places that have a bunch of water pooled up and just shape water just out of the house.
Oh, you're just making the water sort of take itself out. Like that. Yeah.
Just doing that casually. As I'm sort of doing this little astral fox will just slowly appear on my shoulder. It just sort of sit there and look around and just curiously oh, what's going on?
Mm-hmm. Cool. Can I assume that mounts were stabled outside, by the way, guys?
Yeah.
There is stabling area. The stables were quite well, yes, I don't know, maybe you guys brought them in the house. But no. The stabling area was a lot more secure than the house itself, so all steeds can be stabled. Would you stable the celestial steed with the rest? Or would you let it roam free?
No, I would like a very elegantly like dismiss as I arrive to a place, so I just kind of like land on the floor.
Oh, I see. Like you're thinking
Like,
it's
I
like
dismiss
completely
it.
magical, like it can just be vanished.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, because some people interpret it as like you can send it off back to the wild where it belongs and then call it.
Sure, yeah, and I know it's
to
written
you.
that it's
Oh,
a
it's up to you.
physical horse, but I prefer not to.
Obviously, the phantom steed will not stay present. The wagon and the mule will stay outside with the warhorse. Cool. Astrid, what are you up to?
Probably found a room with some of those vines that were creeping around the outside that have probably invaded some.
Very much. So.
Preferably one with rafters as well.
Mhm.
So I think she'd feel more at home up in
Maybe this
quote
one.
unquote branches.
I think you're in this room at the front here.
I think so.
Yep, a little bit of vines coming round. You could reach all the way up to the roof. There is a window with a slight. I don't know how to explain them. It's like a balcony you can't walk on. It's just like a area out. I think it's called a Juliet balcony. Yeah, that you can just sort of stand out in.
Yeah, I would definitely leave that open, the ring, because she's used to sleeping outside, and just clean out some of the muck and grime inside the room.
Yep.
And then just end up climbing up to the rafters to sleep
Oh, nice. I
with
like that.
Huckleberry the chipmunk.
Huckleberry.
Oh.
That's a cute name.
Stop. How cute.
I like that. Zavrin, what are you doing? Sorry, not Zavrin. Sullivan, what are you doing?
I really want some chicken now.
Me too. We have a place called Huckleberry Chicken nearby.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What am I doing? Well, I'm probably in said bedroom that I mended the roof in. Probably just tidying and moving things around. I would have taken my little green lizard out of my pocket and like placed him on the ground. He's probably like scuttling around trying to find bugs and anything like that might be edible for him.
I'm sorry, who's scuttling around?
His lizard.
My
Okay.
Missed
I
that
did
bit,
say
didn't you,
that.
Taylor? You did say that. That line obviously bypassed her while she was noting the revelation that Zavril is not Zavrin.
Yeah, and I just heard, what is Sullivan doing? And then I heard scurrying around looking for bugs.
No, yeah, he no, he took his lizard out of his. It's a little green lizard,
Aw.
and it is scurrying around looking for bugs, stuff like that, to eat as Sullivan kind of tidies and moves furniture and mends what he can. Before I don't know if there's like a bed frame or anything in here, but if not,
It's like a bit
just-
of broken wood. It
Then-
might have once been a bed frame, but it certainly doesn't have enough components to reform one.
to mend. That's fine. Then I'll just pick a spot on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, you've all slept out in the wild before, right? So this is
Yeah,
nothing-
yeah, that's fine.
nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing
maybe
for me.
Zavril and Callum might find a little less accommodating than places they used to, but at the end of the day,
Definitely.
Callum can just turn into a metal cube, so probably doesn't
I'm a
really care too
cube.
much
Yeah.
about the sleeping environment.
Yeah, so I'll just take out my bedroll and a blanket, and I won't go to sleep until I know everyone else is settled and
Yep.
stuff like that. But then
Mhm.
we'll go to sleep.
Apart from the odd bit of sound coming from the workshop, because Callum will be up a lot later, needing less sleep.
Sure.
Is anybody else on a 4-hour or 6-hour cycle? Or is everybody else on 8 hours? Like normal.
I'm 4 hours.
Oh, you're elfish. Yes, you do elfing. Can I assume you're probably going to bed at the same time as everybody else, but getting up really early?
Most likely. I'll
Yeah.
also be focusing my mind as we go to sleep on woodcarver's tools to just get a little better
Ooh.
at them.
Over the course of the night, you remember what you learned long, long ago about a little bit of wood carving. Wood carving specifically as opposed to carpentry, yeah?
Yeah, the
Yep.
not like fanciful wood carving, but like
Whittling
making
and stuff.
usable plank stuff.
Mhm.
I guess that would be carpentry.
Yeah, no, so
carpentry, never mind.
woodworking is more like making arrows or
Yeah,
little
I'll go for
ornaments
carpentry.
and stuff. Yes, much more helpful in a house. And, everybody's there fixing up the house, and you're like, made a cool set of wind chimes. Made a bird table.
Speaking of wind chimes, the outdoor section where we're stabling everything, is there like an actual covered area for that, or is
Yeah,
there...
it's a full-on. You can shut the door behind them. Stables that are still in good condition.
Okay, then I'll make sure they're alarmed, and every 8 hours I'll just swing round, especially before sleep, and just alarm that and keep that maintained.
Every 8 hours. You've been in the house 3 hours.
No, I mean that's my plan for the next. That's my intent.
In 3
on it,
hours' time, yeah. And then after which, in the morning, as the crack of dawn wakes you all up, Ashrin's up pretty early. The soldiers are probably up pretty bang on time. I would assume that Fox and Ashrin are fairly morning people. Fox and Obi are fairly morning people as well, right? Yes? Or is
Yeah.
Obi sleeps till like 2 p.m.
Aw, so cute.
The cube uncubes itself. And sort of in some sort of natural manner, eventually you all convene in the open space that should be a living room, kitchen, dining area sort of place, but at the moment it's just a big hall with a sort of broken counter in the corner and what looks like it was once a pewter sink. I don't mean pewter. What do you call it?
I don't know.
A sink, ceramic. That's what I was looking for.
Is Pewter City the one? Is that the city that has?
That's where Brock
Yeah,
is.
I thought so.
Very relevant.
Anyways.
As you guys brock up and breakfast, you're able to find yourselves in this large hall, and yeah, it's probably time you headed out and started looking for missing farmers.
Oh.
Yes.
We have a task to do.
We got some farmers to steal.
The steal.
We're not stealing farmers.
No,
Stealing
well,
back
I think
from
you are.
Shadowveil. Don't think. Keyword
Yeah,
there.
so you're to head up into the sort of foothills of the mountains, which is quite a long journey. That is, it's probably not quite that far, but yeah, it's likely to take you most of the day to get over there. But how far does the horse go in a day? I think it's 40 miles? 40 miles?
No, don't say.
30 miles on a regular day. Yeah.
How many miles is it?
Yeah, it's about 60 up there.
Oh no!
No,
multiple
it's not.
days.
No, it's not. Hold on. Let me redo that. Yeah. Okay. So that is 200 miles. So that is, yeah, it's about 25. So you can get up there quite easily. And as you sort of get riding nice and early in the morning, you start to make your way up towards the farmlands. And about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. What's for lunch? What's the plan? What are you doing lunch-wise?
Gotta do more of those
Any
grapes.
ideas? Or is it going to be six grapes between you?
Did anyone plan for this?
I think the grapes are gone.
6 good
sorry.
berries. That's it.
Did anybody plan for the journey for food?
No.
Nope.
I mean, I wouldn't cast good berries at night, so.
I probably would have some like basic rudimentary.
Rudiment chili?
Ooh, I'd love some
chili. Rudimentary food stuff, like basically ready to be prepared on a moment's notice. Some like MREs and stuff like that.
Okay. Soldiers' rations and a good berry from the night before. We'll put you guys on the road. It certainly ain't going to give you a buff. So you sort of just lob it in. I know that'll do. You, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, come across a large section of intersecting farms. These farm areas sort of have a house and then 3 or 4 fields surrounding them. Fox, you will immediately notice that nothing's been harvested.
Oh boy.
Some of it is overripe or past its date, but nobody's harvested the fields. There is no one at work in the fields. The place is deserted.
Odd.
Why would the farmers abandon their crops? We should be wary.
Is there like any farmhouses around visible?
So there are 3 farmhouses with 4 fields around each.
I should probably start there.
Probably. Good idea.
Just approach
Let's
the
go.
farmhouse.
Let's knock.
So you approach the
I'm-
farmhouse. It's fairly standard. There are no lights on. The door is closed. And you knock. Wait. Nothing.
OMG.
Is the door locked? Can I
Doesn't
try
appear to
and... Oh, okay, I'll try and open it.
You open the house
What?
and immediately are aware of the smell of rot and the sound of flies.
Ugh.
I guess I open the door to like, hello?
No sound. You will see a meal prepared on the table.
Okay. I want to follow the smell and the smell
It's right there. It's on that table.
It's the meal.
The food has
Oh.
clearly rotted. There are flies all over it.
I see.
No,
I thought
it looks like it's been
body.
left on the table for about 10 days.
Oh, God.
Hmm.
Okay.
There's
Then-
no sign of any people, but there are signs of things like traveling boots and winter cloaks.
Yeah, I want to look around the house, see if there's anyone like in any of the other rooms in the house.
You guys search the house pretty thoroughly, but there is absolutely no sign of anyone. It's completely deserted.
Very
I'm going to circle around the outside of the house looking for footprints, trying to see what's the most recent other than us.
Give me a survival check.
19.
19. Yeah, there are some prints from like a while back, but you're not really sure of much. There are some recent tracks that are not human. As you see, 4 sets of tracks, all leading into the house. Or not necessarily into the house, but up to the house. From a short distance away, if you follow the tracks backwards, you will find what looks to be a pigsty that has been broken in the middle. And it looks like all 4 pigs have tracked their way out. They'd had enough of not being tended to, it looks. Come down to the house and then left in some random direction, which you're unable to track.
Pigs.
No other tracks around.
Was there other
You did
houses?
pour with
Are they
rain
all?
yesterday, so- Yeah, there are 2 other houses.
I'll check those too.
Okay.
Yeah.
You approach the second and you knock, no sound. You can open the door after a while if you
Yeah.
wish.
Yep.
You look around and you find a house cat.
Aw,
She looks a
shucks.
little hungry, but she seems to have been managing. She's definitely female. She's ginger and quite fat. Yeah, like that.
This cat.
Like that one. Okay, right, not the one behind.
No, she's the
Yeah,
fat one. Look at
like
that tongue.
Yeah, look at her go. She's beautiful.
Look at that tongue!
Why have I been woken for this? I'm on
Sorry,
display.
Who dares disturb my slumber?
But you are able to find her. Again, no real sign of people, but this time there are no coats or sort of big boots or anything. You would assume that these people left of their own accord, or at least they got dressed for the outside beforehand.
Right.
But the outdoors
Well, we have
clothes were
one more
left
house.
in the other house.
Yes.
Yes.
In the first house, the people were just as if they left during lunch.
Mm.
Right.
Well, we got
I
one more
was-
house to look at, so.
Ashrin, you say?
If you give me just a moment, I will cast Speak with Animals.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes.
Beautiful.
What does
Yeah.
she say?
Always a good reason to leave a cat about. And immediately the cat looks at you and, I got any food?
Aw.
I'm hungry.
Hungry.
I will. I don't have any ration.
Give her a
I
good
can catch
berry.
you some food.
That'll be good. We like food. I like
Are you
fish.
alright?
It's quiet, lonely, bored. I want to play. I want to eat.
Oh.
Where are your people?
I don't know, they're off doing people things. Been a while.
You know how many sunrises?
No. I don't really pay much attention to that. I'm just thinking short bursts, me.
That's true.
It was before I found the mouse. That was like 3 sunrises ago. But it was before that. It was a good mouse, you know. Put up a real fight.
People behaving stranger than people usually do.
They didn't talk to me like you do. I don't know. Just sort of... when I go out, they normally make sure there's food. They didn't make sure there was food before they left. They just went.
Did you
Was
see
out
which
looking for a
direction they
bird.
went?
No, I was out looking for a bird. It came back and gone. Didn't come back. I don't know. Maybe they'll come back soon. Hope they bring fish.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for yours. You were going to get me food, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Is there a stream nearby?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
There's a little tiny sort of brook that leads down from the main river that you see here. The
On
river that flows
fishing.
down from the mountains. Yeah, there's a little brook.
Give it a whirl.
Well, most interestingly, when you get down to the little brook, you do see 2 rather fresh sets of prints. Leading back towards the way you came. You picked them up about halfway down. They are in the fresh mud from last night, so you know they are prints from today. They head towards you. Like, as in towards the little farmhouses that you just came from. Yeah. But you grab some fish.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my promise and go get the fish first.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a hunter-gathering check.
Oh boy.
If that
Bastion
fish.
just
Did I call it
Spoke to this
hunter-gathering or
cat.
hunter's tools? One of the two.
Hunter's tools.
Yeah, that one.
19.
19,
Nice.
sick. Yeah, you catch a big, fat, fresh fish, and then you catch like 4 more for lunch, because frankly, that good berry and a few rations did not cut it. It'll do, but it wasn't nice. Yeah, and you head back, and you this time are able to follow the tracks to the 3rd farmhouse.
aha.
Third time's a charm.
Knock
Drop the
knock.
fish off at the other house first.
Go
And
away!
then go.
Oh
Sorry,
shit.
that wasn't at you, Astrid. You can finish up at the other house and come back, and then move on to that one. But it was in reference to knock knock. Go away!
Someone's actually here.
We're here to help.
How do I know?
Well, if you open the door, I will show you the crest of the Dawn Guard.
That's what you'd say if you wanted to kill me. Go away.
I promise you, we
Kill
do
you?
not want to
What
kill
if we
you.
just break the door down?
No,
Give me a persuasion check without your axe.
absolutely not. That is a 24.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, you sound trustworthy, I suppose. And he sort of opens the door a peep, and this old man's eye appears in the gap between the door and the wall.
I'll take my shield off my back and show him the emblem.
He opens it a little further, and he sees Callum, and Sid, and Obi.
Mm-hmm.
Shuts the door again. And he talks to you. How are you going to help?
Now, sir. We just want to find out what exactly has happened here.
Monsters!
see-
They came in the night, took everyone!
Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay.
Some families have left, fled west. They've
Where-
gone off to Jastern and Garthan and down to the River Dervin.
Okay. And what did these monsters look like? Do you remember?
No, I didn't see them. But they
Then-
flew, apparently.
Oh, great.
How do you know they were monsters?
Somebody said they saw them. And they said they were going west because they were scared about them.
And where did these monsters come from?
Up in the mountains, they flew down. Maybe they're like Shadowveil.
If you open the door slightly again and I show you my world map, would you be able to? Would you be able to?
You can see the mountains from outside the door.
Well,
just turn around.
So those
just
mountains.
in that general direction, no specific.
I don't know. It flew down from there.
Okay, sir. And are you safe here? Do you have food?
No, we're gonna
water?
die, but we're okay for now. My son is, well, he goes out and gets us fish and meats and stuff. He's not back yet.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Do you know where he would have gone to get that?
He goes down to the brook. Ashrin, you
interesting.
followed the footsteps almost the whole way here.
Ah.
He's not there.
Almost.
Maybe. Go ahead and make a survival check as you see whether you can pick up where that trail cut off.
Is that with advantage because of my talent?
No, you're tracking a human. Okay, so a straight roll. If you're tracking an animal of any sort, then sure, but this is a very human-y prince, and it's a little confusing.
Humans are animals.
No, not this one.
That's true. That's true.
That's a little confusing, this tracks.
Shut up,
17.
Josh.
17. You pick up that the footprints stop and become a sort of, you occasionally see a print, but mostly you see like a wheel track. And if you follow it, you'll be able to go over to another farm a little way up to the north, a little further down the road, where you will see a man pushing a barrow. Sorry, like a wheelbarrow.
Oh.
Does he look like he could be someone's son?
Looks like he's in his
Everyone
thirties.
is someone's son.
Yeah, he looks in his
Yeah,
30s or
everyone's
40s. You would
someone.
assume that he is young enough to be the son of the man you spoke to.
Hey, you! Didn't get a name.
And then he runs towards the house in front of him,
Hey, wait!
pushing the barrow.
What, is anything in the wheelbarrow?
From this distance, it looks like a sack.
Oh my god.
Run after
Sure,
him.
what? Okay.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
able to catch him
I'll run
real
after him.
easy. I mean, not to mention, some of you are on horses, right?
that's true.
So yeah.
Yep, where were you on July 14th?
Please don't hurt me.
We don't want to hurt you. Are you the son of a man who lives in the farm just down the way?
Hold on. And he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a sort of 3-sheet pamphlet. And he opens it up and he's... What's your real name?
Oh boy.
Well, my name is Elliot Sullivan.
Okay. That's okay. I'm Raymond. Raymond, son of Hustler.
Hustler.
Yeah. Do you have any pets?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Are they nice?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've got a dog. He's called Chip.
Okay. What are you doing out here?
Hold on, there's 2 more.
Okay. Sorry.
What's the capital of Sogravia?
Jestern.
Jester.
Nice.
And what god do you worship?
I don't worship a god, actually.
Can you name a god of Sogravian god?
Tyr.
Are you sure?
Tyr. Yeah, that one.
He looks a little hesitant. He looks around the rest of them.
Mistra.
I follow a god.
Stillskin.
Who do you
That
follow?
one.
Denier.
Okay. Can the Shadowveil infiltrate kobolds? Probably not, right? And he closes his
that's
sisterhood
like-
pamphlet and he puts it away.
Oh,
and
they
he looks up
definitely
at you.
can.
Oh,
they can?
And as he
That's
sort of like
not
puts his
good.
finger up, he's like, he's gonna be like, shh, I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay, well, you seem all right.
Is that-
I'm Hoster's son.
Is that how you determine whether or not a person's been infiltrated?
What else do we do? That's what the pamphlet says, right? You gotta ask them the questions
Fair
that
enough,
only
that
a
is what it
Sogravian
says.
person would know. You know, like the name of their pet. It works better if you know the name of their pet, I'll give it that.
Do we know enough about how the infiltration works to know that that's useless?
No, not
No,
really.
no, that's fine, that's fine.
You would assume that the
You got
Shadowveil
that.
probably know what the capital of Sogravia is before they infiltrate.
Sure. But we
But,
don't
like-
know enough about it to know they have all their memories and all of that stuff.
You don't know if they do. Yeah.
Well,
No, you don't know if they do at all. Even if you think you do, you might not. All right, it's not every process is the same. Even if you think you're bringing outside
Basically,
knowledge,
Stop it.
don't.
okay, sorry.
But nevertheless, this is the guidance they've been given.
Okay.
And you know the Sisterhood would know a lot about how the Shadowveil operates. She did tell you that the pamphlets are mostly useless, but they do serve a purpose.
Sure. What are you doing so far from your home?
He looks back. It's like 150 foot.
But there's monsters around.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, we take care of our neighbours.
Where are your neighbours? The forest
Where are
down the
they?
way was pretty empty.
Good question. But though she doesn't know where her parents are, Sophie's here. And she needs feeding. Come on.
Who?
And he'll lead you to the house in front of him.
Oh, okay. I'll follow.
Tap on the door and Sophie! Sophie, it's Raymond! And after a while, a girl comes to the door. She appears to be about 7 years old.
Aww.
She is wearing a night dress and a pink princess hat. And she's holding a pretend wand in her hand. She holds it up and she says, "What's your pet's name?" He says, "Chimney."
Boy.
"Who do you worship? Who's your god?" He says, "Lathander." She looks and, "What's the capital of Sogravia?" He says, "Justine." And then he asks her the same questions, and she tells you.
Oh
about
my
Monty.
gosh.
Monty is a duck,
Aw.
her pet duck, but he's been missing apparently.
Oh no.
And she
Right,
worships.
fuck this for finding the duck.
She worships
Have everything.
Mystra, Queen of Princesses. That's how she describes her.
Mr. Queen of Princess.
And she looks up at you all. "I don't know you. Stay back." And Raymond reaches into his sack, and he hands her half a loaf of bread, some cheese.
Oh.
She nods very gravely. She stand back, and then she shuts the door in your face.
Well.
You often do that.
She's a brave girl. Her parents went missing 2 days ago.
To the monsters?
Oh, that's what we're told.
Well, what do you know?
Not much, to be honest.
Did she see anything?
No, but Davos did. Davos was a farmer a little way back. You might have passed his house on the way up to mine. He saw great monsters he described swooping. Oh, hiccuping. Swooping down. He said they had
So
3
sick of-
heads. And they
Oh,
took people and lifted them, and carried them off.
Ooh. Does that sound familiar to anyone?
Yeah, does that sound familiar?
I would certainly not
Has
have
to
read
be
of
big.
anything like that.
Has to be big.
Uh,
3 heads?
Did anybody
Yeah.
say what
You've heard of
direction they
mythical
were carried
creatures
off?
from who have 3 heads. Raymond points up towards the mountains, sort of directly to the east. Says that apparently they flew from up there, like where that tree is, basically.
I was just gonna say probably where that tree
Roughly there.
Single tree, the only one.
Yeah, exactly. It's suspicious
Kinda-
enough.
He looks at you and, "Can the Shadowveil infiltrate animals? Or beasts? Mythical beasts? Do they have mythical beasts? Do they have 3 heads? Do they have wings? Can they fly?"
Love that.
We
shouldn't answer that.
we don't know for sure what
you're
they're
gonna-
capable of.
You're going to save everyone or something, right?
We're going to save as many people as we can.
Because
But
you're a knight.
I am, yes.
You're a
But
knight.
Yeah.
Mr.
When
Glacius.
we have many knights. But
Yeah.
You're in
Sure,
armor,
sure.
right? With the Dawn Guard
Yeah.
armor.
Yeah,
assumably.
yeah, he's just like, yeah, sure, night, let's say it.
And then sort of points to Callum and Sid, and you must be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're an odd group,
What
you
is
know
that?
that, right?
we do.
There's no doubting that.
Do you want to fish?
Ooh. Wait,
Well, we're
Wait,
fine.
go fishing or like a fish?
Oh, do you want a fish? And he opens the sack, and there is a sack of fresh fish. He has caught.
I think you should probably take those back to your father and stay inside while we investigate what's been happening.
I'll do that.
Okay,
Thanks.
good.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Welcome.
Yeah, and he heads off, and he points you up towards the mountains.
to the tree.
Well, sort of.
Shall we?
I'm going to. How long would it take for him to get back to his house?
150 feet, about
Like
a minute
a
and a
minute?
half.
Perfect. Then I'm going to cast heroism on him.
Oh,
Okay,
sweet.
So that,
he will
he
not be
can't be.
frightened.
So that he can't be frightened. Exactly.
Beautiful.
So like this.
He
that-
fearlessly pushes his barrow to his home.
Yeah, this like deep like crimson red will like swirl around his body as he runs
I
along.
don't know what this is, but I like
He
it.
pats his temp HP and happiness.
Yes.
Just doubles his
you
hit
just
points.
you double his
You
HP.
did. He's gotten from 4 to 8. He's
Oh
quite
my god, he's swole.
What? Yo, let's go.
He's a regular commoner. His father's only got half hit points, only 2.
That's fine.
Oh no!
I just want to make sure he gets back safe.
How much does a
Let's
little
see.
girl have?
One.
She has 8.
She is a familiar.
Even my
Oh.
lizard has more HP. Oh no.
God damn.
I think my
nevertheless,
dog has more HP.
He gets himself back home.
Zavro,
Zavro?
Sorry?
that spell you were using last night on the stable, I don't suppose you could do this on this little girl's door.
Nope, I could do this on the house altogether.
That'd be great. What does it do exactly?
We were casting that.
The only problem is we will not know unless we are within a mile of this place. So if we have to go far looking, then the spell itself will be useless.
Better than nothing.
You ward off our
Plus,
home.
at least alarming it so we know if anyone other than the people that we designate, which are the people that we have seen.
Yep.
I will actually cast that then as a ritual and
Okay. As you
I'll
head
allow for that.
towards the mountains, go ahead and give me a perception check. Answer, Ashrin. Yeah, you two.
As we leave, I'm gonna tell Roberto.
Ash-
Roberto, stay.
Sorry, didn't mean to say answer. Fox. Yours is for sight, if that's relevant. And Ashrin, yours is for hearing, if that's relevant in any way.
Actually, on that note, since
You
we're
are
going into
neither
the
of them, so you are...
I know, but there's something I would like to do here.
Okay, go on.
I would like to pull out a little stone and whisper into it and say, "It's time. It's time. I need you." And that Nocturne will materialize and be perched and quickly perched on my shoulder.
I knew I
Did you say
do something.
Nocturne, as in like the League of Legends champion?
No, Nocturne, my owl.
Oh, okay.
I knew I didn't do something. Bear with.
You didn't do my fucking familiar, did you?
that's
Of
cute.
course not.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
There we go.
my dog will
I
watch
don't know
the
if that
girl
shows you
walk
the sheet, or if it shows you
It
the...
does show me the sheet, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, you should be able to do things with it. For the rest of you, I guess I'll just do this.
Aww. Oh, baby.
Oh,
No, she's not. She's
Aw.
not 60 miles wide. I just thought you might want to see the picture.
it's very cute.
on
yeah.
fire.
It's so
Yeah.
cute.
So Nocturne the Owl swoops on down, but the perception checks, please, before we go into that. Fox.
11.
17.
17 to see and an 11 to hear. Okay. You don't notice anything particularly unusual at first, but after a while, you do see the back of a duck stuck in a hole in a fallen log. You just see a little bit of the back of a duck just in the middle of
Oh
the air.
no.
Oh,
you can go on over to it if you wish.
yeah.
Yeah, this dude appears to be Monty. He's stuck in a hole. He was trying to delve into the tree. Poor duck.
It's just like, so it's in a stuck in a
It's
hole in a
halfway
tree.
through a hole in a tree, yeah.
Oh,
Can't go forwards or backwards. It's got its head in with its legs out. It's having a nightmare. You just see the legs are just flapping in the air, and then and then it's sort of an echo of it inside the hollow tree. Yeah, it's having a real bad
Legendary
day.
quack.
Oh no.
uh-oh.
Oh. Matt
down.
died.
I'm
Matt down!
sure
Matt
Matt will
down!
return shortly.
No.
Matt's back! Matt's back!
Now, what are you doing? What's the plan? You all see this, by the way. Fox will have gestured, right? And you have all wandered up to the duck that is halfway in a hole in the tree.
If no one else does
just
anything, I will
yank
walk
him
up
out.
and I'll go up and try and grab it out.
Okay, you cannot push or pull the duck without doing it any harm.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Break this tree down.
It's
Yeah, I was
gonna say,
already
what if we
down.
break the
It's a
tree?
log on the ground.
Oh, it's a log and
Yeah.
it's stuck.
Yeah.
Got it.
Anyone happen to have a chisel?
Josh, go.
I was just gonna say I would use the pommel of my sword to try and break away around the duck.
You could do that, although you do have like
This
carpenter's
crowbar.
tools. So like, yeah, you can
Yeah.
use like a chisel and a hammer and like chipping bits and like a bit more. gentle.
Yeah.
Who thinks they
Yeah.
might be good at
Let's
that?
do that.
It's probably the elf that spent the whole night dwelling on them, right?
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah, between the two of you, I will take a strength check with proficiency modifier, please.
Can I
Callum
hold
and-
the duck?
Guidance.
Ooh, which one of them will you guidance? Who looks like they know their way around a chisel more? The 3-foot robot or the spiny-armed elf?
My proficiency, that's 16.
Gonna go with the robot.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Yep,
Good
you are
choice. I
holding the
rolled a
duck
2.
in place. The duck will get advantage on its roll.
That's a dirty 20 with the guidance.
Okay, cool. The duck got a 4 on its survival check, but it got it. Oh, it has advantage. Let's do it right.
Yes.
Oh, that's much
Nice.
better.
Yeah.
The duck got a 16 on its survival check,
Oh.
as it, instead of panicking and going away, sort of cranes its head around looking at it. It just looks at you and goes, "Wah."
Yeah, just like holding its body still.
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.
Wonder.
As you look closely, the duck is wearing a tiny little necklace.
OMG.
Which appears to be made of like pink string, and it
Does
has
it
a little
say
flower on
princess?
it. No, it doesn't say anything. 7 years old. How fucking clever do you think she
Mr.
is?
Queen of
I don't fucking
Mr.
know.
Queen of Sparkles.
I will allow Asher to grab the duck as I kind of hold the cut open tree.
And you've rescued the duck.
We did it! Mission accomplished, folks. Let's go home.
Congratulations.
Go home.
Well, I'm assuming you'll return the duck to Princess Sophie, and then head
Yeah.
off back into the mountains, seeking the more important mission, or less
Yeah.
important mission.
I don't know what you mean.
the less
Yeah, I was gonna
important
say that was
mission.
pretty damn important, James.
We're on to the secondary mission now.
Cool.
Yep.
So
We're
when you
pretty
get
playing
to
the
well,
mission to do
before
the
that,
side
you get to
objectives.
Sophie's house. I'm assuming you knock on the door.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Oh boy.
Monty.
Monty doesn't talk. I'm not in.
Aw.
We
Is the door
saved
locked?
your duck.
You rescued Monty.
Yes, he was trapped and we
She
saved.
opens the door and she's like, Monty! And then you see her like remember, and she reaches down and she pulls out her wand. What's your? I didn't know your name anyway.
My name's Elliot Sullivan, but you can call me Sully.
Sully, rescuer of ducks. And then she sort of lets go of her wand and lets it drop to the floor, and she reaches out to take Monty, and Monty sort of reaches out for her. You see, it's a relationship made of love.
Aww.
Sophie and her duck. are
I
really
knight
related.
you. I knight you, rescuer of ducks.
Wait! I have a reward for you.
Oh, you don't have to give us anything. It was our pleasure. But you have to promise to stay inside while we deal with whatever's going on, okay?
You
Oh, I wanna see
rescued
the
Monty.
reward.
You should have a reward
Well-
for your bravery.
Well, we did it out of just the kindness of our hearts.
But it makes people happy.
Sullivan.
Go on, you should take it.
Sullivan.
What's the
indulge
reward?
her.
What's the reward?
And she reaches over, and like her pink wand, she hands you a wand. And it is
Yes.
bright green, and it has a little tiny happy face on the end.
Aw.
It is
The
a
wand
wand of
of death
smiles.
Oh boy. Give that to Zavra.
No.
He
I
could
don't
use
know what
it,
Zavra will do with
honestly.
it, because, yeah, go for it, why not? Rescuer of Ducks is your new title,
Fantastic.
Sullivan.
Aw.
Go, people will now henceforth know you as Sullivan, Rescuer of Ducks.
I quite like that, to be
Champion
fair.
of the ducks.
Sully, I think. Sully.
Champion of the pond.
Yes.
Yes.
Champion of the
so-
duck pond.
Do you promise to stay in here until we get back?
I will.
Okay.
But,
Don't let.
if Raymond stops bringing me food, I'll have to find something to eat.
Don't worry. He'll take care of you. But just keep you and Monty safe.
Are you going to rescue Mummy now?
We're going to try. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you stay in here, and I'll shut the door.
She reaches down, picks up her wand, and backs up, duck in hand. Yeah. You are able to head up into the mountains.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Work.
boy.
Oh
It all
boy.
works. Look at that.
How lovely.
We'll be coming home.
God.
Are we taking our horses and stuff up here?
Well, as you reach this area of the mountains, you note that you can ride up here quite easily, but the wagon is not going to have a good time.
The wagon's
no.
fucked.
We should have parked it at that girl's house.
Why did we
You
bring
aren't
the
far
wagon?
from the farmhouse. You can leave it at the farmhouse if you want.
Yeah, that sounds
You're
like a
muted.
good
We
Okay.
plan.
left it. Yeah. Oh wait.
No, you're not.
Am
No,
I?
you're
No, I'm not.
You just
No, it's just a weird
silently
lag.
across. Okay.
Yeah, there was a
That
That
lag.
was weird lag. What I was gonna say is I figured that we would have left it at like our house.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fine.
okay,
I don't
okay,
know
cool.
why we
Yeah, so,
brought it.
right, so fine, no wagon.
Yeah.
So bear in mind, those of you who are, if you are on horseback, will ride way faster than those who are walking.
Are we leaving?
I would like to
Fine,
say also,
Hmm.
could Sid be my mount with the use of this ring of jumping that I have? Can he just do a lot of long jumps?
Yeah, why not? That sounds great.
I checked the jump calculator, and he can jump. His long jump's about 50 feet with that.
Okay,
They'll
yeah.
hear us coming
With the right
a
start.
mile away.
Yeah, so he just bounds along, sort of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, aren't you missing one? Hold on, give him a second. Boom.
Exactly.
Yeah, and from now on, you will be the easiest group to track in the world. Because approximately
yeah.
every 25 feet is a canyon.
A nice crater.
Perfect.
Cannonball. Ballistic missile.
Does Obi have a way? Does he have a mount?
I
Kinda
do.
screwed us.
My Mastiff is a mount, but I don't ride it because I think it'd be disrespectful to ride him. I don't treat him as just a mount.
Oh, you respect him too
Okay.
much.
He's more of
Okay.
a he's more of a friend to me than a mount.
If
So I don't
if
ride him.
if you pick him up, I'll then put you on my horse.
I cannot pick him up. He's bigger than me.
The Mastiff, you couldn't put a Mastiff on a horse, it's too big.
Okay.
If I
It's like a
really
Mulbari
need to, I would ride it in like a
It's-
sort of.
The Mastiff can run on its own, but Obi could ride on your horse.
Okay, sure. If Obi's
If he
happy
wants.
to have him like
Yeah, that's fine.
running after us, then
Yeah,
sure.
no, he would run alongside us. That'd be fine.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Obi
So
just
I'll
holding
have-
the Mastiff riding the horse.
Yeah, pretty much.
Brutus
Yeah,
is
I'll
very,
have-
very intelligent and will be more than capable of keeping up. Wait,
I'll have
who's-
Obi
it
sit.
is your dog that's called Brutus, right?
Yep, that was correct.
Okay, and somebody else's is Roberto.
That's Darth.
Mine is Roberto. He's
Where is
currently watching
Roberto?
a young girl.
I've got Dexter
He's watching a little
Huckleberry.
girl. I left him behind.
Got it.
Dexter
I
Huckleberry.
gotta write down everyone's
unnamed, right?
pets.
Yeah.
Who?
Yours was unnamed, right?
Oh, my lizard. His name is Spike.
Spike. Okay, cool. Sorry.
Spike.
Yeah.
Love it.
The astral fox has not been named yet, right? Or at least it
gotta
hasn't
write
been
down all the
provided.
pets.
No, they have a name. I'm just keeping it to
It hasn't
myself
been.
right
That's
now.
what I said. It hasn't been provided yet. I haven't
Yes.
missed that. Okay, cool. Right, great.
Yeah, I'll have Obi sat in front of me then.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys are able to come up to this mountain area. Yes, go on.
I'm going to try and summon him out.
No lord.
Okay.
Even better.
Yeah. No,
Try.
I pull out this little gray bag that I have.
Yeah, that's a 1 in 8. Go ahead,
and
you roll. Let's see what you
Yeah,
get.
take
Throw
a
him
little
out.
small
Yeah,
fuzzy
throw him
object
out.
and just flick one out and
What if you get a baboon?
ooh, I rolled a 3.
That feels low.
Which is...
Feels like a small creature.
Yep,
It
so
does.
as it lands, it turns into a little badger.
A badger.
Great, love that.
Fox would know well that mounting badgers is illegal in Sogravia.
This is also a tiny piece, so
Yes, highly illegal.
I am the mount.
You are the mount. The badger is with you. But nevertheless, you are
The
able
law.
to head into the mountain foothills. At this point, you are trying to find any track of any great beasts or large creatures. Immediately, with your passive perception, Fox, you will see a track on the ground which you can point to, but you don't understand. It is large, it is three-toed. And yeah, you're not sure about much more than that. Several you were saying.
Yeah. To this is why I wanted to bring Nocturne out. I'd like to give Nocturne a command: fly high, fly safe. We're looking for large creatures with wings.
Okay.
Come back to me and let me know if you see one.
No large
kind of
creatures with wings found in the
decent
local
spell.
area.
You know, the kind of monster that would eat said owl.
It's
Yeah, but
it's a familiar that I can resummon if it ends up being
Well,
brutally
that's a nice attitude
murdered.
towards it. If it gets brutally
But
murdered,
I
I'll
would
just
rather
summon
not
it.
lose my
I can
familiar,
forget
hence
that.
why I'm saying fly safe.
Okay, but you have come to a large three-toed track in the ground. Most of you could stand in this footprint.
Oh,
God.
God.
Not all together, one by one.
Oh, okay.
It's about
Still-
3 foot
Still
across.
pretty large.
Jesus.
And does it like go off in a?
It looks like it's just sort of put a foot down and then bug it off again.
Okay.
I'm not really sure.
Does anyone recognize it?
I don't know. Does anybody recognize it?
What
Does
kind
anybody
of
think they
creature?
might recognize it?
Nope.
Don't think
Would it have been
so.
something I might have seen in a book?
Zavril, you can give me a nature check with disadvantage. Ashwin, you can give me a wisdom nature check with advantage. Due to your woodlands understanding.
I would assume I have not ever seen
never heard of
anything
that.
like this. Yep.
18.
Yeah, that doesn't fly. That's where you're at. That is not a flying creature. That is a single footprint for a large creature.
It's a kangaroo.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's a
Oh.
25-foot kangaroo. What you found is a footprint that doesn't belong to whatever monster was flying in the air. But you've sort of heard of these before. They're called mountain lurkers, or lurchers. And they tend to be about 15 to 18 foot in height. They keep themselves mostly, and they are herbivores. They eat plants. They're very gentle.
That's fine.
Oh.
Oh. How delightful.
Definitely not what we're looking for then.
No, not in the
Well, let's
slightest.
keep looking then.
So you don't follow those
Let's keep
tracks.
looking.
Instead, you head slightly higher into the mountains.
I guess
Yeah.
so.
Cool.
Yeah.
We gotta find that one tree.
Yeah. So you make your way along. We'll assume the owl is flying up above, and
Mhm.
just about here you find a fork in the road. Both ways are leading up, but they lead up at slightly different trajectories. One is quite a steep path. You would not be able to head up it mounted. And there are scrabbling claw marks on the ground that immediately 2 or 3 of you would know belong to some sort of large hunting cat.
Uh-oh.
It looks like it has tried to escape in a hurry. And then there is a rather solid set of footprints leading out to the east. Sorry, I got horrible hiccups. There are deep depressions that look quite heavy.
Rest.
And they belong to some sort of wild animal. Again, Ashrin, if you want to try and track these. This will be a wisdom nature check.
Guidance.
With guidance, but without advantage. Not a woodlandsy creature.
Guidance. Really good. 27.
Wow.
Damn.
It is an owlbear.
Oh!
You know it is an owlbear. You know they travel in small packs,
Oh.
usually of 2 or 3. But they shouldn't be going up into the mountains quite so high. Perhaps they are trying to run away from something. Or perhaps they're returning somewhere, you're not sure. You've heard tales that the owlbears used to reside in the foothills of the mountains up in the Shadowveil lands. Many of them have crossed over into the borders because they're running away from the Shadowveil beasts. So maybe these are ones that have recently joined the area. We know they can't fly. Can they fly? Can owlbears fly? I don't think they can. But they're certainly not the
could.
creatures you're
Jump
looking
real
for.
high.
Yeah, they're not the creatures you're looking for, but they might lead you to them, you're not sure.
Yeah, if something scared these big, beautiful beasts, then it's probably something tough.
Yeah, that's true.
Love alliteration.
Right or left?
I
Cat
think.
tracks or owlbear paws?
I think we should
I
go
say the
left,
owlbears.
personally.
I think so too. Owlbear.
Owlbear? Okay.
I want to go in the direction the
Owlbear?
owlbears went.
I've still never seen an
Yes.
owlbear in a D&D game, so...
Really?
Oh.
Oh, you
That's
about
should
to
get it
change.
all the other people.
As you head up the hill and you
So
make your way
cute.
over a rise, you see 4 owlbears fleeing towards you.
Uh-oh.
It seems like whatever they found up there
Guys,
they didn't
where you
fucking
going?
like, they are coming back. And they are running at you, and as they see you, one of them lets out a wild roar.
Oh, don't worry. Uh-oh.
Rawr.
We should get the hell out the way.
Uh-oh.
Yes, keep running.
Yeah, let's.
You may roll initiative.
Okay.
Let's go!
Oh my gosh. It's happening.
I'm gonna use the superior.
Even with advantage, I roll awful.
Wait, let me double check.
Okay, just a heads up, I did not have time to balance the volume of the battle music, so you might find some of this stuff is quite loud.
Yeah, I won't use it.
Oh no.
But it's pretty cool. It's going to start
Damn,
quiet.
guys.
And it's actually called, wait for it. So it's going to get loud, I guess.
Not great initiatives.
How do you have a
overall.
plus 10 to initiative?
Glacius Frostborn, you cannot help but notice that these creatures are being chased by some sort of flying beast that makes its way down.
Oh my goodness.
Recognize them? They're the
Ah,
creatures? Can I see them?
Zombie.
Give me a nature check.
Yes, I'm so good at those.
No.
Ah,
No.
that was a nat 1.
Fantastic.
Normally
Guys,
I'd give you some
I think those
information,
are-
but with a nat 1, I'm giving you jack and shit.
He thinks
Wax,
they're
I think that's a
pigeons.
chicken.
He thinks
I
that
think they're
pigeons.
He's that meme of the guy with the butterfly. Is this a pigeon?
Yeah, and what are you?
To be fair, you are at a distance, but whatever it is, you were too busy drawing your weapon to really pay much attention to it as the owlbears proceed towards you with animals on their heels. What are you doing, Glacius?
Does it seem like they're coming into this path?
Yeah, it also
Or
looks
the
like they're going
owlbears,
to
I
hit you.
mean?
Uh-oh.
Shred you.
I will move right here and draw my weapon, and then... It's only 10. Could I? I could. Yeah, you know what? We will. I'm gonna move... Just remeasure that one more time to make sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna move, like, right here.
Mhm.
And I'll attack that first owlbear that I see.
Okay, you reach out with your what kind of weapon?
With my pole axe.
Cool. Yep. And you may attack.
Is that...
Damn.
Yeah, that's a 27 to hit.
That'll miss.
Oh, fuck me.
What creature
Yeah, that will
could
be...
that? Okay, anyway, carry on. Sorry. Okay, I've just seen the roll 20. I misheard you. A 27 will hit. Sorry, I just heard a 7. Don't worry,
was
this
like,
is not
oh,
a 30
shit.
armor owlbear.
I was like,
I
we
was
are
gonna say, what the?
I saw some confusion, so I
Yeah.
checked roll 20. I was like, I see. 27 hits.
That's 14.
Yep.
What is it?
Wait, we're killing the owlbears?
Yeah, they're
I
gonna try
don't
and
want
kill you.
to.
Oh,
I want to just
Yeah,
dodge.
Okay, so you would
14
anyone who's heard of an owlbear would know they're incredibly aggressive creatures. Wild beasts,
okay.
they are meat eaters and they regularly hunt humans.
Oh, okay. I thought they
they're
might
not
be
nice,
my
pretty things.
common enemy, so...
No,
I'm not made of
Yeah, I'll swing
Just in
again.
case you want to see what they look like, that is an owlbear.
Oh, so
Uh,
cute.
It is kind of cute,
Damn.
but also very aggressive looking, right?
Very
They're-
fucking
Yeah,
deadly.
he's very.
I love Elvis.
I'm gonna attack him again
Okay.
if he's still
20
alive.
hits as well.
That
He's
is.
very alive.
The precious
I
creature.
figured he was.
Yep.
That will be 13 damage.
Yep, he's a bit annoyed that you're assuming his gender, but otherwise he's fine.
Poor
Alright,
thing.
and then that will be 15 to hit.
Why is it a 15, not a 14?
Because the polearm master isn't adding the +1 from the weapon. Because I have a +1 weapon.
Weird. Don't know
Yeah,
why
I
it's
don't know why
not,
D&D Beyond's
but a 15
doing.
will miss. 15 will hit. 15 will hit. 15 will hit.
Alright, good. Oh yeah, there we go. That is 9.
That's wrong. Nice. The creature is bloodied.
Oh,
Yeah,
shucks.
good.
Does that complete your turn?
And then I will just I'll just sort of then stance up, prepare for a counterattack.
Okay. Yeah, he looks real angry. And he will swing at you. He tries to peck your eye out with a 13 to hit, sorry.
Yeah. Nope.
And then it will try and claw you with an 11 to hit, both of which will miss. It scrabbles at your armor. It's
we
this creature sort of
love to see it.
This one sort of comes in to flank you. You were already within its reach. It was already within your
I
reach. You
what?
just weren't in its. Yeah, it was 10 foot away.
Oh,
Got
okay.
10 foot of reach. It's just stepped one step to the right.
Okay.
And it again tries to peck your eye out. A 21 to hit,
Yeah, that'll hit.
dealing 7 damage. And then it slashes at
Alright.
you with its claws. 12 to hit.
Yeah, that'll miss.
Cool. Ashrin.
Do I have clear line of sight on this one in the back?
On the Manticore, no, the creature will have quarter cover.
If I move, if this was like a hill, if I moved up that a bit, would I be able to see either this one or this one clearly?
From where you were, you can see the one on the right clearly. It's just the one on the left. What's giving you cover is actually this in front of it, the big
A
branch.
tree.
Yeah, the
Gotcha.
big
Okay,
branch.
I'll hunter's
But
mark.
just a
I
heads up,
will-
if you have sharpshooter, you ignore cover. I believe.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you have to
I
fire
will-
it as a sharpshooter shot to ignore cover. I don't think you do.
Little known fact.
No, I don't think so. But I will go for the manticore on the back right.
Yeah, you ignore up to 3/4
Um,
cover, right? So yeah, you can just completely ignore the cover and take a shot. Go ahead.
I will take 3 shots. Because dread ambusher.
It's Gloomstalker.
Any of
I
these
was just like,
sharpshooter hits?
3 shots.
All sharpshooter.
Okay, cool.
17, 20, and 24.
Give them one by one if you don't mind. 17 will hit.
$19 damage on the first one.
Okay, it appears to sort of, as your strike goes in, it sort of toughens itself to your blow slightly, reducing the damage of your first hit.
Don't like that.
The other two you can give me together.
16 damage on the second.
Yeah,
Murder fucking.
it is wounded.
I forgot about Hunter's Mark, so there's going to be an extra d6 on both of those. Both 3s.
Is it your favorite bow?
6 additional. I didn't do that. There's so many things, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I didn't say I did it, so I will just ignore that for now. The last attack is 26 additional damage. And that's my
Creature's
turn.
severely wounded.
Let's go.
And I will back off a bit.
Cool. That manticore is severely wounded and looks more angry than it was before. Sullivan, you're up.
Okay, so I'm going to bonus action Shield of Faith myself, increasing my AC to 22.
Yep.
All that AC?
And then I'll go over here and I will attack this owlbear.
Are you on foot?
I am.
Yeah, okay, cool. That's fine.
Okay.
We'll assume at this point that you're all on foot. Unless you are
That's
in Sid.
That's 21 to
It
hit.
is on foot.
21 will hit. Yeah, Sid is on foot. But
Fall.
Yeah.
Will hit. Okay, so that's 10 slashing damage, and I will also engulf my blade in radiant energy and
how does that look?
smite. So it's the same colors as all of his other magic that we've seen so far. It's this deep red that then gradually becomes orange and whites and yellows and
Yep. Specifically, Glacius, you will have seen this before. Some soldiers who tend towards the slightly more magical arts are able to draw on the collective power of the Dawn God. Naris and many of the more paladin-esque fighters all sort of they have a pool of energy on which any warrior can draw at their time of need, and that is where this fighting is being drawn from. The creature is well struck but not wounded.
Yep, so that's 15 radiant damage. And then I will attack again.
Yep.
Oh, that's a nat 20 for a 27.
Nice.
Oh
nice.
my god, let's go!
Is
Fucking
it-
super
is-
smite this bitch.
Is it just regular, like, crit roll?
Yes, we haven't discussed that.
Yeah, we have it. Well, now's the perfect time.
I quite like dangerous crits personally. If everybody enjoys that, it makes crits stronger for both enemies and allies.
Yeah,
Sure.
I agree.
Okay, cool. So what you'll do is just roll as if it was regular damage and then add the maximum total numbers on the die. So for a regular weapon hit, you would add a flat 8, because you are slashing
that's
with one hand, right?
14.
And for
Yep.
any smites, you would add the max on the d8s with it.
Okay.
Yeah, so 14, are you
So
smiting
you would-
at it?
Yes. So that would be
11 plus a further 16.
yep. So that would be
Okay.
27.
As you strike down with your blow and
Nice.
the magic sort of glances off bright colors leading into dark and dark leading into light, the creature is completely shattered by your blow, and the owlbear is now 2 pieces of owlbear upon the ground. Does that conclude your turn, or would you like to step up closer before you end?
Yeah, I think I've only got 5 left, so I'll go there.
You only have 25 of movement speed?
I think I was there. I have 30.
Oh, were you? Okay, well,
think
I had
was-
you next to Glacius, so you can go up next to the creature if you wish.
Okay, sure.
Yep, cool. Zavril.
If it comes at you.
Is the manticore flying or on the ground currently?
Both of these creatures are currently on the ground, running upon hooves or claws.
Right. At risk of a slight change to this, I think what I shall do is I would like to drop a web.
Okay. Go ahead, show me where you want to drop it. Yep, that works.
I'll raise my hand. Some
Now, if you put it. No. Yeah, there. Is it there? Is that what I was going for? No, okay, never mind. It's really weird. There's a bigger square around it. I don't know why.
yeah, there is a
actually,
bigger square around it. It's a bit weird. I mean, I could technically do that, but that's probably not going to let that work.
No, that's well.
No.
You'd only ensnare like its back foot. You're just not going to give a shit.
Throw, yeah. In that case, I'd like to drop a web on those.
Bear with me. What's your spell save DC?
16 on a dex.
The owlbear fails. Nat 1. I can't
Damn.
imagine an 8's much better. They both fail.
Alright, so they are ensnared by this web.
Any bonus
So what
action
does that
from you?
mean?
It means that they are
checking it.
restrained and must use an action to break out.
Cool.
Yeah, and I believe
means
it's
they're
a
a little
strength save.
sticky.
Oh, sorry, strength check. And as for action, I would like
is your
to.
action.
No, it's not bonus action. Sorry. I would like to. As such, bring out a little metallic token, not a coin, but something a little bit similar. Flick that in a direction of Sullivan.
You in range?
60 foot. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm pretty
60.
sure.
Okay. I thought I mean 30.
Yeah.
Cool.
Flick that over there, and with a
click.
wave of my hand, some sort of angular shapes start appearing in the air, like pale blue triangles morphing into squares, into hexagons, and then as this happens, the coin expands outwards into a hexagonal shield, which hovers in the air in front of Sullivan. That's a fragile shield.
Okay. You have +2 armor class, Josh, until you are struck. No,
Incredible
He
armor
has
class.
24.
Yeah, 24.
He's a-
Nice.
You stack in the boobs.
Let's haste him.
Kalum.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to cast Blur on myself.
Okay.
So they will have disadvantage or something.
Yep. And how does that take place? Is this sort of like a field on Sid himself, or?
Yes, it goes to Sid, so you're kind of seeing double of him.
Cool.
And I'm going to just get in there, I think. Actually, first, I'm going
Like a slight
to...
time-lapse delay.
Exactly.
Gotta get in there.
I am going to get in there next to Glacius, but for my bonus action, I will... my homunculus will fly out of Sid's body.
Oh, what does that look like?
He's got a little hatch, too, so it just opens up and flies out. It's like a little hat.
Wow.
So it's gonna fly out, and I'll just put him over here. Wait, can I? Okay,
I do
yeah.
have a homunculus for you, bear with me.
Oh, okay.
And
And I'll get rid of this one.
I don't even know
Alright,
what you
so
just
then-
summoned. What did you summon? Oh,
That
the
was my
mech
mech.
sword. Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
but
Then Sid also comes out, or not Sid, your little lizard also comes out. Everyone's
lizard
pet
is-
took-
oh wow, he's so cute. Yeah. His name is Nye, by the way, Nye, like Bill.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
And
The science
so he's
guy.
the homunculus is gonna make an attack with its ranged weapon at this thing that's next to Sully. It's not like super strong, but it's something.
Sorry,
Gun.
bear with me.
Why the hell did it roll? Oh, that was weird.
Michaela, you should now have control of that.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, so if
Put it
it...
where you want to
It's
fire the
got
thing.
gun.
Uh-huh.
Put it where you want and give me the thing of what it does.
It was 14 to hit with his force strike.
On the owl bear.
Yeah, on this
That
one
will hit.
here. Oh, fantastic. It's only 3 force damage, but it's something.
Nice.
So Sully is just going to have this little weird robot thing kind of hovering next to you. And I
Top
will...
hat.
Yeah, it's going to just be a cute little hat. And I'm going to just get in here and block this thing's path.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
Fox.
Yes, robots within robots.
Robot Matryoshka. Amazing.
Yeah. The tip of my staff's gonna glow with radiant energy as my eyes go white, and I'm gonna fire off a guiding bolt at wait. Okay, there we go. Now I ping. At that closest owlbear.
Yep, it is wounded. No, it's not. Rubbish. It's fairly untouched. Yeah, go ahead. Roll to hit.
12.
12 will miss, I'm afraid.
Oh,
Ugh. You hate to see it.
That is a terrible roll.
Dang, you're
It's
plus
fine.
8.
I have three free uses.
True.
Oh,
true.
that's badass.
Any bonus action for me?
Not currently.
Cool. That leads us to the enemies. They're going to get a turn. Imagine that. This
No, they
enemy
don't get
here
turns.
specifically strikes out at our resident Sully. With its beak, it tries to peck you, but the fragile shield blocks the blow and breaks. It will then claw at you. Your armor class is back down to 22, and that is a natural 20.
Unbelievable.
Oh no.
which is
Bye, Solly.
28 slashing damage.
Let's go back to
Nice.
the other crits, actually.
We just alternate when it's their turn and ours.
Yeah.
Sorry, was that a crit?
It was. It was a natural 20.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm immune to crits.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, you are.
So you only
That
take
makes
12
sense.
slashing damage.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Is that your armor?
So the way that
It
the way
is.
that immunity to crits works in my world, I don't know if it's the official ruling, so I don't really care. Is it will hit you always, guaranteed in that 20, but it will not do any additional damage.
Okay.
that
Okay.
rules.
Yeah, I mean, because otherwise it's like, you know, some creatures would be unable to hit you. I mean, a 27 would hit you anyway, but yeah, I just think that's how it should be. This creature over here is going to attempt to get out. Get out. It will use strength. But a 10 is not going to cut it. It is still restrained. This creature, however, is not happy about the way it has been treated. And it is going to take flight.
Who? The Manticore?
I think. Yeah, this Manticore over to the right, I think.
No, it's a bear.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
It didn't
gonna
like
be a
that
cat.
arrow.
Oh,
Wait, are you hidden?
no!
Are you hidden? You're not hidden, right?
Not unless it's dark. Nope.
No, you did not hide actively. No,
Oh.
you would have quite liked to go in the middle of the night, wouldn't you? Would have made you a lot better.
Yes, I would have.
Yeah,
should've
and it
done that.
strikes at you with a claw and a bite. Which is a 15 to hit,
No.
a 17 to hit,
Yes.
dealing 6 slashing damage. And then as it turns to fly away, provoking an opportunity attack, by the way, if you are able to make one... it'd probably be a disadvantage, I think, because...
Yeah. I
melee
could do a
range bow, but you
disadvantage
can't.
shot.
It will try and swipe you with its tail. It'll miss with its tail.
With disadvantage, non-sharpshooter, that's a 13.
That is a miss, I'm afraid. It swipes you with its tail, you fire an arrow into the sky, it gets confused, it misses, you miss, and it's Obi's turn.
Stressful.
Alright.
Let's go, Obi. The crowd goes wild.
Josh made a great joke yesterday. He said that Matt's character is called Obi-2. I said, why is that? And he said, because Obi-1's gone.
I'm gonna move right here.
Obi.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, little buddy, are you sure?
Am I within melee range of this dude right here?
Yes!
Alright, I'm not moving, I'm moving here.
Okay. Everybody on the
Never mind,
table panics at the same time. Don't die, kobold.
Alright, I'm just gonna let out a scream.
Michaela's
That's
been
my-
through that pain one too many times.
I can't lose any more kobolds.
Okay, if
that's
that,
my draconic cry. That's a bonus
yeah.
action.
Where did you move from?
Don't cry.
I moved from right here.
If you want to go there... Oh, you
That's
went from
too.
there?
That I
Okay,
couldn't
never
move
mind.
for.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Unfortunately, that's all I can move to.
Yeah, you are one step away from being able to hit 2 with that. But that's fine, yep. All
Yeah.
creatures will have advantage to hit this front dude.
Yep.
Thank you.
And then I'm going to, as my action, I'm going to cast
Mm-hmm.
my nice spell James made for me.
Which
Oh
one?
boy.
3rd level.
Your snowball thing?
Oh,
Yeah,
I am
snowball.
loving this blow everything mechanic. You should have an ice explosion
Yep,
thing.
I sure do. I was
It
playing
doesn't
around. I was,
show-
Ocean.
It doesn't
I was
show
pl-
the center area, it only shows the...
Oh!
That's quite big.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
So
see.
it doesn't show the center area, but the center area is how big? 10-foot radius?
Yeah.
Damn.
Of the main
So
point
basically,
of impact, so it's like this. So
I can't-
you will
ye-
hit the manticle.
Yeah, I can't. Actually, let me try this. Actually, all right. It's I can't place it exactly, but it's gonna be just so it doesn't hit.
If you just move
Darth.
it up one,
Oh,
like
true.
that. Yeah. there
Oh
you go.
yeah. All right, good.
Yeah, you'll hit
Alright,
the manticle
so-
with the central point, and you'll hit
Yes.
the creature with the outer
So-
point.
The Manticore needs to make a dex save.
They will both make their dex saves at disadvantage because they are restrained.
Awesome.
Yeah, they are.
Is making this big play. They will both fail. Give me the outer damage first, because that applies
So
to both
the-
of them.
Yeah, the outer damage is 4d6.
Holy moly.
And that's the cold one. Right?
Holy guacamole.
Yeah. No, this is not cold, and this the second one is bludgeoning.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so bludgeoning damage to. That's the. No, piercing. Sorry, piercing.
Piercing. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Oh.
I will read this
And
spell
then-
out in a second.
Yeah.
That is enough to,
Explosion.
to kill off our friend the owlbear.
The second owlbear also has to make a dex save for that damage.
Yes, all three of them failed.
Okay, and then just the manticore takes this 66.
Ooh, wait.
So that's another 25 to the manticore.
The manticore takes
Dude.
25 plus 22.
Oh,
yeah, in future you can just click it and it'll do it all the maths for you.
I didn't realize it would do the 46
Yep,
also. Okay.
So that creature is wounded. Oh, I can't. There we go. That creature is wounded. The front creature isn't too bothered, and the previously restrained owlbear is dead. I think you've done quite enough. Glacius, you're up.
Damn, go off, little guy.
So basically, yeah. So for those of you wondering what the hell Matt just did, Matt summoned a swirling ball of ice down from the sky. It lands at a point, and it sort of deals cold damage, and then it goes outwards,
Yeah.
and the piercing
Explodes.
shards. do
It's a
other stuff.
custom ice version of Fireball.
Yeah, but it does more
yeah.
damage at the center point and less damage at the wider points, obviously.
Yes.
Glacius is gonna turn to Callum and say, "Do you think can you take this owlbear?"
Absolutely.
All right, then he is going to move.
You've just drawn arrows over like cliffs, right? You can't walk like that.
Why
That is
not?
You'd have to go like, and then what? You can't walk over here. This creature's flying over this
Oh,
area,
shit, you're
right?
right.
Yeah, you can walk up to here. You can walk up to
I
here,
could, if
but you cannot
if I
walk up
go
to
in-
there.
fine. If I walk into the webs, do I have to make the save, or is that? Just
No, I
like
don't
it's a-
believe so.
it's done?
Jamal, it's when the creatures
Okay.
start, when they were in there when you cast it, right?
I think it becomes difficult terrain.
That's entangle. Can you just ping a spell? Or
Yeah,
confirm?
sure.
No, not like that.
Right. How do I?
The other one.
Display.
I'll
not
display
cast.
BT. Right, sure.
Oh, they are difficult terrain.
Enters during its turn, must make a dex save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would have to make the save.
That's fine. It.
What's wrong with hitting the dude next to you? That is almost untouched.
Hmm?
The dude next to you is almost untouched.
That's fair. I'll hit the dude next to me then.
Okay. I'm just
Fine.
saying, like, I don't know why you're provoking an opportunity attack and making a dex save. That just seems
Yeah, that's
slightly
fair.
pointless. Go ahead,
Well,
roll to hit.
well, I wasn't gonna do it if I had to make a save. That's why.
Okay, you may roll to hit. You are not flanking because
You have advantage from
you do have advantage because of.
Oh, I do have
Pride.
advantage.
Everybody
that's
has
awesome.
advantage on that creature until the end, until the
good.
start of Matt's next turn. And 18 will hit.
All right, sweet. It will take 13 slashing damage.
It is wounded.
Let's roll for that crit. Nope. Then that will be
It'll also hit.
10 slashing damage again,
It is severely wounded.
as I will then poke at it.
Please do, as you hit it with the butt end of your spear.
Nat 20, baby!
We love that for you. Go ahead and roll me the
Crits.
regular damage.
Yeah, let's see.
The crits are
Before
coming
I
hot
get to
and heavy.
reroll that. Hold on. Wait,
I
do
don't think you
keep
can.
rolling or is?
I don't
Yeah,
think you
no.
can.
All right, so then that's 6. So that's
What
10
were you trying to
more
use to
damage.
reroll it? The Great Weapon Master thing?
Yeah,
It's not Great Weapon Master, is it? It's fighting style.
yeah. It's great weapon fighting. 2 hands. Wielding. You reroll and must use the new roll, even if it's a 1 or a 2.
Yes,
All right,
but
then yeah,
can
so
you
that's just
ping
10
that
damage.
feature to chat, please?
Oh yeah.
I think that's for the D12 or something. Well,
Right, so it doesn't say when you take the attack action. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, because obviously it's a bonus action. That's why I was curious. Yeah, you can reroll the hold on bit as well, but only the once.
I didn't. I got another one. I
Cool.
got another one, so it doesn't matter. So.
Uh,
How's it looking?
I don't know what the plus is on your D4.
Oh, +5. So it took 10 in total.
No, that is not how that works. 1 plus 5 is 6. Oh, sorry, I misunderstood. Yeah, cool. That is
Yeah,
exactly
so
how
crit.
that works. It's dead.
Yay!
Let's go!
Cool. Well, that creature's been battered and buttered. Do you want to walk somewhere?
Yeah.
Preferably not off this cliff.
I will jump directly onto that manticore. No, I'll just take position here, waiting for the manticore to hopefully come at us
Okay,
and not,
Astrid.
fly past
I
us
will take a
again.
sharpshooter shot at the manticore right next to
Okay,
me.
it is severely wounded. It is not in reach of you. It's not within 5 feet.
21 to hit.
21 will hit. It has 7 HP. You sharpshooted it.
Yeah.
It's very dead as your arrow takes it through the throat.
Damn, got him.
Can I see?
You can see everything from here.
I can see that. Okay. I will take
You
another
see
shot at
everything.
that
This is
one.
all.
That will be an
With
advantage
advantage.
because it is restrained.
For 20
Rashford.
20 hit. That one has
For
15 HP.
and 20 piercing.
That one is dead.
Damn.
Right,
Well-
Exterminator, chill out. I'm assuming at that point, Jamal, you will drop your concentration
Yeah.
because you are restraining nothing but glaciers. Does that conclude your turn, Ashrin, or do you have a bonus action left?
I should really remember to use that. Nope, that's it.
Cool. Well, I mean, some of your bonus actions are like once a day, right, or concentration or whatever. So, I don't know. Wait, did you have Hunter's Mark on something?
Yeah, on the
I
manticore
didn't
you
put
just
it on
killed.
anything. It didn't matter.
No, but you want a bonus action move it to that creature.
Sure.
Might as
I'm
well.
sure it'll still be around by the time it comes back to my
I'm
turn.
sure it won't. Sullivan, you're up. It is full health
If it
right now.
is, we
No,
need to
tell a lie,
resign.
sorry. It is full health -3. The homunculus bullied it.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, so I'll strike at it.
You do so.
That's a 17.
17 will hit.
Oh, okay, cool. That's 6 slashing damage,
Okay.
and then I will smite,
Ooh. You're saving no resources this fight.
which
Use
is
them all, burn the bastards.
Damn.
18.
I am.
Okay.
18 radiant damage.
Is that
Well,
is that
I'm
level
assuming
2
this is.
spell
It was, yes.
slot? Jesus, okay.
I'm assuming this is the only fight we'll have, so.
Are you? You are so fucking wrong.
Oh
carry on.
no! Don't say that.
You're so wrong. This isn't the fight.
That's
There's creatures that are running away from the fight.
a 23 to hit.
Metaphors for the fight.
Well, maybe we can rest
Nope.
before the next one.
Creature
That's
is
5.
wounded.
And then I will also smite again.
Yeah. Oh, good measure, right?
Fuck it, just blow
That's-
everything.
I'm just whispering to
Radiant.
Glacius.
The creature is brought to its knees with damage.
I'm
Sally's
trying
going
to.
wild over there.
I'm trying to impress
For
my new
real.
friends.
You are
Yeah.
doing that.
You're bullying this poor
Um,
innocent creature that was just
You're
trying to run
impressing them with your
away.
willingness to spend resources.
I will bonus action
Why the fuck
shove
not?
it with my shield
Hell yeah.
5
Okay.
feet away from me.
You should probably do that
Oh.
before you attack,
Yeah, I was gonna say, why didn't you knock him over?
because you knock it prone. Right? Give
Do
me an
I?
athletics check. Yeah.
You
You
can.
shove it 5 feet and you can knock it prone, giving you advantage on your attacks. That's why
It doesn't
Shield
say
Master's so
that.
good. Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
It just
that's,
said- it-
that's what makes Shield Master great. Shield Master is great master.
If you say so.
Okay, make an athletics
But
check.
it
Josh.
doesn't say that.
It does. Make an athletics check.
20.
20 is more than 14. The creature is not prone.
Heck yeah.
Like it's gonna live longer.
Cool. And is that you, Sonny?
Yeah, that's me.
Cool. Zavril, you're up.
Right, I would like to fire off a second level spell here. I will raise my hand and let a multitude of rays come shooting out of my hand and I will attempt to strike the creature with Scorching Rays.
Mm-hmm.
First one of these is 22 to hit.
That'll hit. The creature's dead.
We did it!
It was only just single wounded.
It was
I
brought
thought,
to its knees with damage.
oh, I didn't hear the brought to knees with damage. I looked at the thing and I saw a red dot and I was like, oh, okay, it's
That Scorching Ray was an incredibly strong firebolt. I'll give you that. You can take his spell slot back. You firebolted it. Yes,
Sweet.
shove is a type of action, Josh. That's why. If you looked at the shove action, it shoves the creature down to the ground as a contested athletics check to make it fall.
Then why does it say you can shove it 5 feet away from you?
You can push it away or
Then
down.
5 feet.
It's up to you. Shove
Well,
it
I was
back.
thinking I would shove it away, and then I didn't know if I could then use my reaction to.
First movement does not provoke opportunity attacks.
I see.
However, you have defeated the creature, and as you look around at the wounds on these creatures, it appears that they arrived at you having already taken damage. No, we're not in the tavern, James.
Oh,
Try the right
no.
music.
I don't feel so tough
Good-
anymore.
Good job, everyone. You did amazing. No wonder they brought us all together.
Thanks.
Okay.
You
but
really,
as
you really did your best.
As you look at these creatures, anybody who wishes to, they can give me a medicine check. If you are proficient in nature or survival, you may make it with advantage.
Medicine.
Can I do something else really quick?
Sure. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna look at
Oh yeah.
Ellie. I'm gonna say
Nice.
you look kind of hurt, and I'm gonna use my one free use of Cure Wounds on him.
Nice.
Oh, sweet. Oh, Dang.
These creatures are charred with
Actually got
flame,
hurt.
gored with horns, and bashed and clopped with and clawed at. It looks like they have taken all sorts of unusual wounds, none of which could be ascribed to manticores. The manticores have the same wounds.
oh God.
Oh shit! I thought the manticores were the ones that did the
Claw
wounding.
marks on the
I
manticores are
know.
very large, implying that the manticores are smaller than whatever had wounded them.
Oh, that's a problem.
It appears that the tracks have, that the creatures that you chased these off have come from further up the hill.
boy.
And you will have to proceed up there. Nevertheless, that'll be for next session. Because that is where we're going to end today.
OMG.
So first of all, I just want to say it is such a joy to have this table. I think you guys are wonderful. I'm glad to be back in Sogravia. And I'm glad to be back with you guys. And I'm glad to have finally got this campaign going. It has taken some time and waiting. There's been some anticipation, but I am really looking forward to this.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
really enjoying it.
Dude, can we just run tomorrow?
No. I have another session to prep for tomorrow.
Did
Something
we
tells me
level up?
Goldania's table would not be happy if we did.
Did we level up? He said.
Okay. You do not level up in any way whatsoever because you don't deserve it.
Aw, shucks.
But yes, you have got a house, and obviously I don't know if we've done. Only Darth and Josh have been with me when we've done a base building element of a campaign. But generally you can.
Never got
utilize,
far.
No, we only have 3 or 4 episodes. But you can spend a long time upgrading this how you wish. It may not be your final base, but it is now yours to play with and do with as you wish.
Ah, heck yeah.
Cool. But with that said, no, you don't level up, you don't get a feat, you don't get anything except for a great session. Let's go to the timeless tradition of MVPs. And I'll start where I finished with Josh. Is that right?
Yeah.
I started with
Yeah.
Michaela, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Josh, your MVP.
So I think I really liked everyone's characters. I think they're really cool. I'm very much looking forward to getting to know them more, and seeing more of what they're like. My MVP though is the little girl. She's so cute. And when you was like, she reaches out for the duck and the duck reaches out for her, it's just
Aw.
so adorable. Yeah, so that's probably mine.
It's just, I'm just, the girl's living my dream, really. She's a princess with a pet duck.
Oh my gosh, I
I'm very
know.
jealous. Jamal, your MVP.
the reintroduction to some of the characters and some of the ideas of like the whole sisterhood and just seeing how the slightly different takes have been done on it is interesting. Slight twists.
An improvement, or we don't know yet.
I would say an improvement, but it's hard to say definitively.
Mhm.
Just because we haven't seen enough yet, but it's interesting to be back. Like
Good.
last time we ran this campaign, it was an interesting experience. There were some complications and some things kind of not entirely right. So we've got a much more stable and consistent table here. So
Well, achieving one session is, not usually an indication of stability.
I mean, in terms of the players,
No, I
we've
know.
got
The players
like,
have been here for 18 months. If they suddenly randomly disappear, we'll be quite surprised. Yeah.
yeah, because let's admit, Good Sog before was
Well, it was beautiful.
chaos.
It was an individual and
beautiful
unique
chaos.
journey. But good. I'm glad you enjoyed the takes on new characters today. That was nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of old returning faces, Duff, your MVP.
So I said this at the start of session. This is definitely my MVP is being back. It definitely feels like coming home after a while. It feels great to be back. It feels good to see all the characters that I remember, and that some things happened too that I'm not gonna say what happened because I don't want to say or spoil anything. But it's awesome to be back. It's awesome to see. But also I just love Josh and everyone like blowing high level spell slots on all of this, and then it's like, oh, these aren't the things. We're like, what? It's not. And I'm sitting there being like, I didn't use a single thing because I just come to expect this from James at this point.
Yeah, Jay sat there like I did, even wild shape.
Yeah.
Like, what are
Yeah,
you doing, guys? To be fair, some of you blew resources, some of you did not. Which I think is the way every fight should be, right? Because if nobody blew resources, then the fight would have been a lot harder. But yes, I did enjoy that moment too. Speaking of Fox and his no one shipping, Jay, your MVP.
I mean, yeah, continuing, like, all the characters are great. Just everyone's got like their own personal thing, and it's fun. There was like one joke early on that Jamal said with like I'm a blue man, but I'm not looking to make a blue man group.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the Blue Man Group. God, they're amazing. Yeah, no, that deserved a moment.
Good shout.
Matt.
There was obviously a lot of stuff happened. So with all the great players, I have to give my MVP to a non-player character, the nice little depressed or lonely cat that Ashwin talked to.
Aww.
Yeah,
The animals.
she was having a rough day, rough week.
You got
rough
food.
life.
I've really enjoyed that conversation. I when I play cats, I try and play them as I think cats think. Because I don't really care much about anything other than themselves. I think that's lovely.
Wow.
I don't.
You kidding me? This guy will
some
not
of them
leave me
do.
alone.
Oh yeah, he loves you, but stop feeding him for one day and tell me how much he loves you then.
Oh no.
Yeah, right?
It's cheating.
Feeding is based. Love is based on wet food.
That's true. That's true.
Laura.
Yeah, I have to give it to not only meeting all the new characters, but also meeting all of the new characters' pets.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
7
that's the
people.
real party
We gotta,
here.
manage our time wisely. Also, here's my pet. Here's
There's
his pet. Here's
9
her pet.
pets, by the way. 9 pets for
Here's
7 people if we
Pet's
include the
pet's
steeds.
pet.
Yeah, exactly. Here's my robot's pet's pet.
Yeah, the lizard is not Callum's pet, it's Sid's pet.
Is it Sid's pet?
Listen,
Okay.
you let
I
us-
thought the lizard was the homunculus's pet and the homunculus was Sid's pet. So I thought it was the pet's pet.
I love that. No, we're retconning that Spike the lizard, he flies inside the homunculus.
If you let us buy pets, this is what happens.
Yeah, lizard
okay?
pilot. Cool. Yeah, so I do have a couple of MVPs. First of all, to Darth and Jamal, thank you for being so gracious and not jumping at things you would expect. You both knew that the drunken mess was Kailana. You both kept that to yourselves, so thanks for that. I appreciate it. I particularly like being able to call Josh's character a poster boy. That makes me happy. But I love that the one person who absolutely knew why their character was there Although, to be fair, like, I think Jay got close, and Ashton got close, but Michaela's, I can't be infiltrated. I don't know what else my purpose is, but can't be that. Yeah, I really like that. But we do have inspiration to give out.
No.
Hey, I didn't say my MVP.
Oh, sorry,
Which is,
Michaela. Yeah, you're right. I said I
That's
started
okay.
with Michaela, which
I
I
was
did,
just like,
but I
get out
didn't
of my
start
way.
with Michaela. Go on, Michaela.
Well, I wanted to give my MVP to Josh playing this kind of very nice, very earnest, lawful good character, which is like so different than.
Hey, surprise!
Yeah, this is
Nice.
weird.
Yeah.
Josh is being too nice. I don't like it.
No,
Nice
I like
and
it.
good.
Rico was nice and good, but he didn't put himself in the front like
Yeah.
Sullivan does.
Yeah,
No,
so just
and,
this very shining, beautiful boy to make up for all of our awkwardness.
And I completely agree with that. And because of that, and the way you handled returning the duck to Princess Sophie, you will be the first receiver of inspiration. I really loved the role between you and
Aww.
Sophie. I think you really embodied how a good, lawful soldier paladin would handle a 7-year-old whose duck had gone missing.
And you know what's crazy? The symbol for inspiration looks like the symbol for the Dawn God.
It does. I thought you were
My
going to say it looks like a
God.
duck, and I was like, it really doesn't.
If you squint really hard, guys, come on.
Nevertheless, that is where we'll end. So if you guys would like to say goodbye,
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
we shall see you soon.